welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Dave Life. You're watching the After Dark podcast. This is Dave Life. You're watching the After Dark podcast. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're with us tonight. So I want to say thank you. This is episode number 330. After Dark, episode number 330. Let me try to add this to the stage. Hold up. There it is. The quarter zip movement. Is it culturally appropriate or cultural appropriation? The quarter zip movement, is it culturally appropriate or cultural appropriation? Again, man, you could have been anywhere in the world. You're here with me tonight, and I want to say thank you for that. So let's start this off like we always do, y'all, the right way. Heavenly Father, have your way, Lord. I pray that you would speak to your people. I pray that you would enlighten us, entertain us, and inform us, Lord. I pray less of me and more of you. Have your way. Speak to us, Lord God. I pray, Lord, that you can give us of our sins that we've committed of both commission and omission. Charge to our heads and not our hearts. And we give you all the praise, glory, and honor, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, and amen. Yeah, we're in the building, y'all. We're in the building. All right, so welcome in. This is the After Dark podcast, you guys. We are streaming live. I'm looking for my maximize button. We're streaming live right now, you guys, on the gram, on the tube, on TikTok, on the book, and on Twitter. So what I want you to do, if you're on TikTok, I want you to grab your daily heart me, do all the things and that Quality Engager does. Make sure you grab your daily heart me. If you're not following me, please join and follow me. I want you to power share, hold down my nose, and share this with 10 of your friends, as many people as you think would love the After Dark podcast. And then I also want you to know we have a tap goal. We want to get to 100,000 taps before the end of the broadcast. So make sure you have your tappers going. We got a special show for you tonight. And beyond all of that, have fun, man. Someone move this up here. All right. And now let me bring in some of my people. I got a few people that's going to help me out with the conversation tonight. If you do want to support Dave Life TV and the After Dark podcast, you can always hit us on Venmo and $ Dave Life TV. It's pinned below. Or you can hit us on Cash App at $ Dave Life TV. That's going to be strong, and that's pinned below. If you want to help us on TikTok, then like I said, grab your daily heart me. We do have live fest goals going. So I love the live fest pops. Any of the live fest gifts, we are pushing those. So we got those up. You can help us with our goals in that. And again, man, that said, let's bring up our panelists. I got my sister from another mister. She's been here before. We call her Cupid. She has Cupid's layers. So come on up to the stage, my friend, Lady Cupid. Where you at, Lady Cupid? Hold on.
I'm right here.
Where am I at? There you go. What's up, Lady Cupid?
Hi. What's up? Hey, how are you?
What's up, Sandra?
Not much. Can you hear me? I'm doing good.
I can. I'm about to turn this music down. I got it rocking over here. Hold on. Doing too much. I got on the shades. I gotta get some media. There we go. Hey, how you doing, Sandra?
I'm good. How are you?
You good? I'm doing well, my friend. Welcome back. You've been consistent. We got 9 people watching on the tube. We have a couple people on the gram. Hello. Yeah, well, at least it said it was good. All right. We're gonna figure this thing out. You see what I'm wearing?
I do.
You know what they call these?
Okay. What is it?
It's called a quarter zip.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Aren't you in a hot state?
I'm in a hot state. I didn't know it was called a quarter zip. I really didn't. But we're going to find out tonight if quarter zips are culturally appropriate or is it cultural appropriation. We're going to find that out tonight. It's going to be interesting.
Okay.
So while we're waiting for the topic to start, let me bring up some other people. I got my brother from another mother. I see him right here in the building. He ain't been on in a minute. We got to welcome him back. He's got a Santa Claus beard. His son just enlisted. My godson just enlisted. Very proud of him serving in the U.S. Army. So come on to the stage, my brother, Big Corey G.
What's up, brother? What you call
Corey
this?
G. I said the Santa Claus beard.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know
Whatever.
I don't know what else to call it. It's
I
strong.
can't be Black Moses.
You can be. It's a Moses beard.
Definitely
There you go.
Black Moses.
It's a Black Moses beard. Okay, we can call you Black Moses. It's a Moses beard, no doubt, no doubt. Welcome in, Queen Fabulous. Welcome in. Y'all keep sharing this out to the live. All right, Corey, if you could adjust your camera just a little bit so you're in line with us. All right, I got my brother from another mother. He actually is. Wait a minute, Corey. Before we move on, so your son, my godson, just enlisted in the U.S. Army.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. Hey man, cheers to Miles.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To my godson.
Cheers to Manny Fresh. Oh, sorry, that's his nickname. I'm sorry.
that's crazy. That's crazy. Man, I'm looking forward to see how his career goes. We do have a U.S. veteran. He's the conscience of the show. You were one of my groomsmen 20 some odd years ago. He was one last year, but you both were there at the wedding, and he's a good brother, and we call him Good Brother Sherrod. Come on to the stage, Sherrod.
Hey, what's up? What's going on, man? How y'all doing, Dave? Lifers? How y'all doing, lifers?
No, right.
I'm going to get my
Brother
quarter
Rod.
zip, man. I'm going to. You see it? You ain't see it out there? I'm going to get my quarter zip so
You
we can
got
feel
it.
like
on,
we're
man.
over 50.
You got to do the quarter zip.
Oh, I'm a quarter. Can I say horse?
Hold on, let me stop the music. Where's my music button?
Can I say
Yes.
quarter zip? I'm a quarter zip.
Yes, you
whore.
can.
I love quarter zips. I live for quarter zips. Quarter zips scream father, soccer dad. I buy all my groceries from the same grocery store every time I go shopping.
Really, that's what
I'm
that
so
says.
consistent. I'm so consistent.
Now you know the YNs are wearing the quarter zips, and that's why we're here to talk about it. Now the YNs on it.
Oh, they
Oh,
are?
they switched from hoodies.
Hey man, the YNs are saying we are no longer wearing Nike Tech. We going quarter zips.
Okay, that's great.
Hmm.
You know I wear it all.
I don't know how and why you know that, but all right.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Ryan. I don't know why he knows that either.
I know it because I'm a content creator, man. That's all.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
I'm
Yeah.
a content creator.
You know they got them quarter zips on sale at
Right.
JC Penney's. You better go
Right.
copy some. Right?
The 1999 quarter zips.
Right. Them quarter zips go hard, bro.
And they do.
I'm going to get my quarter zip. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Let's do that. All right. While he does that, I see some people in the audience in the panel box. Come on up to the stage, my sister from another mister. I'm gonna tell y'all something. She's the reason we're talking about this because she said, Dave. She said, Dave. She said we need to talk about this trend that's happening. And I said, you know what? I think you're right. This is that girl, Sophie. Come on to the stage, Sophie.
What? So,
Sophie, we need you to unmute for me.
Oh, okay, I'm off mute. Yes.
What's up, Soph?
I am blessed. How are you all doing? I've been hearing in the background this quarter zip movement. I see you got yours on. I know Rod's gonna go get his.
You know what's funny? I did not know that they called this a quarter zip. I didn't think about it. I'm just wearing something from Men's Warehouse. It's hella comfortable, right? When I get cold, it look like I got on a mock turtleneck. When I get hot, I just go, I zip it to about there. And look, and if I have on a wife beater, you know what I'm saying? I show a little taco meat. You know what I mean? Keeping it appropriate. A little taco meat. Your little taco meat. You know what I mean? And I can wear these in these air-conditioned buildings in California. Now, if I'm in Chicago, I'm wearing this all day. You know what I'm saying? Because the temperature. Come on, Sherrod.
Oh, look at his quarter zip. I like it.
I told you, I told you, I'm the king of. I am a quarter zip whore. That's that good amethyst. Can we shout out to a company of a small man that rides a horse and not called Django?
No, you can do it. We see him right there.
Oh, and the famous words of Trick Daddy says I'm in Florida. Hell no, ho, you know that polo.
Come on now.
I am a quarter zip fiend.
You know, Sherrod, now that I think about it, you do wear quarter zips.
I'm a quarter zip guy.
You do. You do.
I
I
got
got
pictures
I-
on pictures.
Yeah, I got 3 of them in the closet, but I'm against the grain today. I'm wearing a hoodie.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You went back to Baps. You remember Baps? It was Baps.
You know what's
That's
funny
kinda-
though? You know what's funny though, Corey? You know, just your style. If I say Corey, Big Corey G, I think of hats. You always got a nice.
You do got a
fitted
hat.
Yo, your
You do.
hat collection is unmatched, man. Like straight up.
Thank
Your
you,
hat
brother.
collection is amazing.
I agree with that.
So I have a question. And we're gonna get
Yeah.
into the topic. Let me see. Hold on. Is Zenos in the building? Where's Dr. Zenos? Because he be wearing quarter zips too.
He's a quarter zip whore.
He is a quarter zipper. Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
quarter zip
He's a
whore.
quarter
Damn.
zipper. Yeah.
You calling them whores? Damn. You calling them whores?
I think that small school nestled in the heart of Atlanta, GA, is the quarter zip capital of all engineering programs.
Actually, you're exactly right, GT. Yeah,
I'm being honest.
yeah.
I'm being honest.
Okay, so listen, y'all. Hold on. Welcome to the stage, everybody. I don't even know if I really set the topic up right. Welcome to the stage. We got a couple people on the gram, couple people on the top. Welcome in. If you're watching on TikTok, what you're looking at is, I'll zoom in. So here behind me, you have the Apollo sign 2025. It is a 32-inch megapixel camera at 4K. I love this monitor. I can plug it and play down there. So if y'all want to buy it, you can look at it. But I'm gonna focus right now on the podcast. You see behind me the podcast team, and then if I put you on the dual screen, then you'll see Big Corey G. You see Sherrod. You'll see Sophie. You'll see Lady Cupid. You won't see me. I'm kind of off in the corner, but that's the squad. All right. Everybody that's watching on the tube, the book, and all that. Y'all got the full wide screen. We good to go. So look, y'all, we live. So let me turn the music down and get into the topic. I have a question for y'all. Quarter zips. I'm gonna tell you, I didn't know what the hell it was. I wear what I wear, but I did not know it was called a quarter zip. Did anybody know that this was called a quarter zip?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just recently like made the connection because you have a hoodie that zips all the way down. No, you have a hoodie that has no zipper. Then I'm not sure what it's called when it zips all the way down.
A jacket.
A jacket.
It's
Hey,
called-
let's
it's-
define it. Let's define it. A jacket.
Okay. And then you have the quarter zip because it comes down a quarter of the way.
Yeah. That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have a question. Are all things, well, first and foremost, does it have to zip to be a quarter zip?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because it's zip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if it didn't zip, it would be called a quarter button up.
Yeah. Not the face.
I mean, listen, I'm just being real. Like, is this, I don't know the culture. I feel like this. I'm just gonna put it out there, okay? When I've
Because you don't own quarter zips, so of course you don't.
I own about 5 of them now.
My bad.
You know why? Because I went to Men's Warehouse and I was going back east, and I said, "Oh man, I need some warm stuff." So I went and got some
quarter
of these.
zip.
I got I'm like, I just called it a very comfortable sweater. I'm like, oh man, look, it's soft. It's got enough room. You know what I'm saying? I said, boom, that keeps me warm. I got on a mock turtleneck. I said, boom, hit it down like that. I said, oh, this is a very functional sweater. I called it a sweater. I didn't know it was called a quarter zip. And then I've seen some brothers with the buttons. You wore them, Sherrod, with the buttons. And I always wondered why the hell when you button them and it's like the collar just stayed perfectly like this.
Ooh,
Because of the button. Yeah, the button.
You instantly get gratification. You go from sneaking in the 25 and over club to grown man status.
Yeah.
And instantly.
Mature.
It gives a certain regalness to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is. Because see, those that know, those that don't know, they don't accidentally roll up on it. It's a certain look. It's a very certain professional look. Now I'm gonna even trip you out one more. I'm gonna go get something else to put on, and you're gonna think, oh, he definitely is a pastor.
Oh, fashion. Okay, we're having a
with the V-neck quarter zip. Wait, I'm gonna come right back. Watch
Okay.
this.
Go ahead.
So
I'm loving this.
Go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry, Dave.
Well, no, just 2 seconds. Sherrod's dress up game, his formal wear, man, impeccable. Yo, Sherrod's closet is crazy, yo. When I used to be like, dang, I need a certain tie, If I couldn't find my brother Hank, who keep ties, I find Sherrod. Either one of them had a tie to match anything I could wear. So I don't care what I pulled out, they could find something. They just keep it like that. So I began to get my fashion sense from Hank. And then when I got working for like the government, doing government contracting, I would see brothers like Sherrod just come through with it perfect. I'm like, all right. And then also Jermaine Day, shout out to Jermaine, because Jermaine be having them ties too. But Corey and Sophie, are quarter zips, do they have any stigma around it? Is there any? What do you think of when you see a man in a quarter zip?
Are you asking Corey?
I'm asking Corey.
Not a damn thing. You're a grown ass man.
Okay.
Nothing. I mean, my thing is this: there's different styles for different people. Like, since a quarter zip is just a sweater, I like V-necks. I do have 3/4 zips in my closet, but I have more V-necks because of my stature. Because I'm a big dude, V-necks works better for me. So the quarter zips, but quarter zips don't hug like a V-neck does for me. Quarter zips are usually a little bit larger than when you wear it. So you wear it in a large way. So it drapes over you as a big.
Hold up.
When you get the quarter zip with the vest.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And you like show them the peak. Like you show them the peak of it, and they let you know. Hey, he look like he pays taxes. I can tell.
Yeah,
it is. And then you but you talking to him, and you just talking like that. It's the quarter zip vest. Telling you.
But y'all got to think. So
collar and a tie.
Yeah.
And it peeks out with the bow tie. Come on, Dave. That's my speed.
Yeah, no, that's you all day. That's you all day. That's you all day, Sherrod.
So that's how you got to get them. And then you got the side pocket where you just put zip it up.
He knows. He's a connoisseur.
Yeah. So back in the day, in the 80s, they used to wear what was called? What the boys? The polo boys. You got the polo boys or they used to wear double the preps, the preppies.
Yeah.
Before the quarter zips came into play, they would wear double. Y'all ain't ready for this.
Yep.
Different color polo shirts
underneath. Yep. Oh, I know what term you were looking for. It was either preppy or yuppie.
Yes, the yuppie look.
The young urge.
But that was back then. But everything has a transition to it. So a quarter zip to me, the only thing I look at as a quarter zip, who mostly wears quarter zip, is two people. That's Peyton Manning or Eli Manning on Monday Night Football.
And you ain't never lied.
That's what they're known for.
Watch this. You know what Peyton's new thing is? Guess what his new thing is? Which I kind of travel this way, and Dave know this. The jogging suit with the hoodie with a sports coat on. That's the only way I travel. I don't even fly unless I fly like that.
Sports coat with the hoodie.
With the hoodie. The hoodie, but it still gives you a sleek professional.
Sherrod.
Wait a minute, Sherrod, the hoodie without the pockets in the middle. Am I correct?
Correct.
Hold on, and I'm about to say this.
Yeah.
A zip hoodie or just a flat no zipper hoodie, a pullover.
No zipper hoodie. No. All my hoodies, because I could dress them up, dress them down. They got a full zip.
See, I was about to say, because listen, if you go, I know brothers that go with the blazer, like you said. Now they have the soft hoodie, like the real thin soft hoodie, with a zipper. They have the soft hoodie with no zipper. Then of course we all know about like the sweat hoodie, like the Champion, like you Rocky. It's hella thick. You don't want to wear that with a blazer because first of all you're gonna burn up.
You're gonna burn up.
Second of all, that blazer is gonna get a little stretched out with your shoulders and everything. Because what I like about this quarter zip is that it's warm, it's all good out, but it's super thin, like that fleece material. I love it because it's super thin. Now I gotta ask Sandra, because you've been kind of quiet. Sandra, you from the city? You from Chicago? In Chicago, coming up as young teenagers, not now as adults, but coming up as young teenagers, if you saw, look at the picture that we have up there. I'll solo it with you. You have a white guy. I know that you can't see the quarter zip, but he has on a quarter zip, and you got two brothers, and they got on quarter zips. One of them has a Windsor tie on. If you saw a young man wearing a quarter zip back in the 80s, 90s, what's your impression of him? Real talk. And in the city of Chicago, you're in high school and you see a brother walking down the street like that. What's your impression in Chicago back in when you were a teenager?
Very sophisticated and
The word
I don't want to say. I don't
no,
want to say.
Go ahead and say it.
listen, I
Go
want
ahead.
you to say it. No, I'm gonna give you a hint. It's either two words. One word start with an S and word start with a G. It's only two words we would use in Chicago for a dude dressed like that. What would we call him?
Well, for me as a female, I say it's sophisticated and sexy. Um,
Okay, but
for him
you
to
said
wear
you didn't
that.
want to say the negative. What was the negative?
I
Give me the
didn't. I
negative.
said I didn't want to call him a nerd, but some
Okay,
can
a
be
nerd.
considered that. Yeah.
Some people now listen because we've been dancing around this. You know what we used to call cats that would have on stuff like this in Chicago? We'd call them square,
Yeah.
or we call them goofy. We be like, oh, that nigga goofy. Look at him.
He's he's an
Because
L7.
yeah, he's an L7. Listen, he's square or he goofy. Because the thing is this, and I'm not, and listen, I'm not saying that today. I'm saying that from when I was a child, I might have been called square if I went to school wearing something like that. They were like, "Oh, you're trying to look white. Oh, you're square." Like you said, Sandra, you're a
Yeah.
nerd. Or street dudes might say, "Look at that goofy. Hey, that dude goofy. Look at him because he's trying to be with the white folks." Let's be honest. Wasn't that something that was said back in the day when you
In
spoke proper
Chicago,
or
it's
dressed proper?
you preppy as hell. Yeah, they would say things like that. Yeah.
Hey, hold on.
That's in Chicago.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me let them know. Hey, TikTok Queen and Miss Matthew. Oh man, Miss Matthew, we had the battle. We had the battle at 8:30 Eastern, which was 5:30 Pacific. So the battle already happened, Miss Matthew. This is my people pulling up, y'all. TikTok Queen, welcome in, welcome in. We had the battle. Janice from the Lifestyle Love. What up, Janice? We had the battle at 5:30. It went well. Right now, you guys are watching the After Dark podcast, so please feel free. And if you want to be a blessing to the show, you can. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. I had a battle, y'all, in TikTok land. Back to the podcast. Y'all know what that means? A battle. I need y'all to get out here. Sophie, I need you to come to TikTok and start. Sophie, if you and Sandra start battling, mm-mm-mm.
Get your pocketbook ready, Sophie, if you have
Oh,
us
is that what
back.
it is? Okay.
So y'all know what a battle is?
Yes.
All right. It looks
Yes.
like this. Let me try to get me and Sandra up here. Hold up. Where's my button? Oh, look. A battle looks like this. Well, no, it don't look like that. Never mind. I was gonna put two of us up here. A battle is when you got two people
Okay.
up and you battle for likes, you battle for points, and your team, your community supports you. It's come on now, TikTok Queen. Thank you for the
But if we were
baby
doing a battle
lion.
for Dave,
Hold
we
on,
would
they
have
just
to
gave me a
have our
baby lion,
pocketbooks
Sandra.
ready.
Thank you, TikTok Queen.
Oh, really?
Man, yes, this lady came up in
Wait
here
till
and
somebody give
thank
you
you,
a
my friend.
galaxy. Tell somebody give you a
Thank you.
galaxy.
No. I'm happy. Listen, TikTok Queen, I see you, my friend. I know you missed the battle, but thank you so much. You know you didn't have to do that. She sent me the Leo and the kitten, y'all. Thank you for that gift, y'all. Thank you so much, my friend.
Wow.
Y'all gonna make me tear up in here. Okay, Sandra, I didn't know what none of that meant until I really got involved with TikTok. I started looking at the giftings. I started looking at how everything worked. Then I realized when someone sends you a heart, that's worth one coin. If someone sends you something else, is worth $1. If someone sends you something else, it's worth $10. Thank
Hmm.
you so much, my friend. Thank you, TikTok Queen. I appreciate you, my friend. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna come visit you on your live. And you see, I still got my my Apollo sign going in the back. I appreciate you, my friend. All right, you guys, let's keep rocking and rolling. Sophie, did you grow up in Atlanta?
No, I grew up
You gotta come up.
in the Bay Area in Florida. I would say a military brat, but where we kind of like settled was in the Bay Area.
All right. So
Okay.
what was your impression as a young woman, high school age, when some of us can be petty? What would happen if you saw a young man, a brother, walking around with a quarter zip or a button down, dressing very business in a young age when we're in high school? What's your impression of him?
I would think he's a nerd. or part of a charter school, or something to do with ROTC. Because on certain days they would have to like dress up. So those were typically the kids that you would see on a certain day wearing that if they were Black. And then you had some other kids that were the preps that would wear like those boat shoes, shorts that may have been a little bit higher, above the knee, and button down shirts. So those were the preps.
What do they call those shorts these days? Hoochie daddy shorts.
Hoochie daddy shorts. Yeah.
And see, back in the day.
What?
You never heard that, Corey?
Hoochie daddy shorts, regular khaki shorts, or the hoochie daddy shorts?
Okay, hold on, Corey. You remember back in the day, we had what was the name of that brand, y'all? Was it Oceans? OC?
No, Jams.
No.
Jams came later. What was the OC one?
Spurry.
Yes, the Sperry's.
The Sperry shoes.
That's all I wear is hoochie daddy shorts.
Yeah, that's all I wear.
I can't make this up. Look, I can't make this up. That's all I wear. My mom was like, we were driving today. She said, "That's what you wear?" And I said, "Of course. You see these legs?
Hold on.
Look at that shit. That's all I wear."
That's all.
Nice.
Oh, hold on.
That's very handsome.
The camera is
outfit.
following you. Well, hold on, Sharad. The camera's following you. So
I got that new name.
But this is what I want to tell you. Listen, those back in the 80s in Atlanta, we called those jams because they go almost to the knee.
Jams.
Those are not what they're calling hoochie daddy shorts in today's world. In today's world, hoochie daddy shorts are the ones that used to be, what is it, OC or something? Oceans Club or something.
Yeah, it was the ones your dad used to wear with high socks and sandals.
Yes, and they would come up. They were almost right just below the nuts. The line of the short would just be. It was nothing but thigh showing. It's what they used to play in the NBA. Those.
Are you talking about like tennis shorts,
like knickerbockers,
Knickerbockers?
Yes. Yeah, knickerbockers.
Those are hoochie daddy shorts. What you got on, we would have called jams.
Yeah, I have never worn tennis shorts ever in my life.
Shit, I do.
Those are called boxers, briefs, boxers.
Oh
Right.
my God.
So here's my question to the panel. Welcome in everybody on TikTok. I appreciate y'all. Here's a question to the panel, y'all. Are hoochie daddy shorts or tennis shorts, are button downs or button ups or quarter zips, are the types of things that we see, and I can ask the Xenos, are the types of things that we see in this picture right here? Where is it? All right, in this picture right here that they're wearing, the zip ups, is that stuff considered square or nerdy or goofy today, or was it never that way? That was just a stereotype.
I don't know. I'm not into today's stuff. I'm a grown ass man, so I don't know. What...
Facts.
Hey, put the picture back up because I want to comment real quick. Look at them YNs in the picture.
Oh, good look, man.
First of all, they 20 something. We ain't 20 something.
Right.
So whatever them rules are that apply to them, they don't apply to us. We graduated.
Right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we can wear whatever we want to wear, drive where we want to drive, drink what we want to drink.
All right. So then the question of, is this cultural appropriation or culturally appropriate? You think that has to do only with age group, because it's a young man's question, not
necessarily. Not necessarily. Well, let me say this
At all.
because you're asking a lot of questions.
Right.
First of all, let me just say how I rock. I grew up in Birmingham, Alabama, black boy prep capital of the world. So for me, preppy was it. Number one, a person can wear whatever they want to wear. It doesn't really matter what you wear; it's how you wear it.
Yes.
That's the first thing. So my mom was a very, very fashionable lady. Went to Alabama State, knew how to dress, got a lot of compliments. My dad was also very fashionable. So for me, I wore what I wanted to wear. If I wanted to wear a quarter zip, I rocked it. Because my personal belief as an American is there is no such thing as.
Hold up. No, I ain't gonna let you slide. See, you saying a lot of coded words right now. You saying a lot of
coded. Do I look like MAGA?
Hear me out. Listen.
I did not say DEI one time.
Listen. Hear me out. You saying a lot of coded words. Hear me out. And this is this is I'm going with my Chicago background as a kid in the 70s and 80s, which is probably going to be biased because when you live in a big city, I'm just going to speak for Chicago. I'm not going to necessarily speak for New York. But when you live in a major urban city, man, what the culture decides dictates how you kind of act.
Hell
So
no.
when you
Hell no.
so when you say, hey man, I wear what I want to wear. My parents say I can wear this, I can wear that. You're like, hey, I see a young brother. I'm an American. I can wear this. We didn't talk like that in Chicago. In Chicago, we say, yo, that joker look goofy. Yo, that joker square. Yo, that joker trying to be white. Oh, you know how many times I went to integrated schools, white and black. I went to Catholic schools. I was in advanced classes. You know how many times my cousins looked at me and said, oh man, y'all over there trying to be like them white folks. Y'all trying to say, we see y'all Tootsie got y'all over there with them white folks. Okay, come on, cuz. Oh, you moved to Atlanta, cuz. You done forgot about the Bears. You done forgot about Chi-Town. Oh, you Atlanta now, huh? And listen, they wasn't saying my friend and cuz. They was dropping an M-bomb every other
They hit
phrase.
the nail on the head when they said you Atlanta now. See, Atlanta, Birmingham, New Orleans, we don't move by Chicago and New York. We're not culturified by urban city rules. We rock with more style and fashion. That's why Atlanta is really the black mecca of the world. We ain't worried about New York. We weren't worried about New York when Atlanta wasn't even the Atlanta it is now. We weren't worried about LA. We weren't worried about Chicago.
That's true.
Because you can't worry about, my point is, you can't worry about what somebody else thinks of you when you move and how you move. You can't.
Correct.
So on Zeno's point, when I used to go to Chicago as a Southern young man to go visit my grandparents, my cousin used to draw the hell out of me. Oh, you bringing this country shit up here?
Yep. Come on, man. Yes, he's not lying.
But guess what? But guess what? As someone from the South going to Chicago, do you know what I used to say to them? There was a rebuttal there. The rebuttal is this: well, you just 2 generations from Mississippi, so shut up.
You right about that, Corey.
And then I'll shut them up, and then I'll say, I have stuff that y'all don't know about. You wear this up here. Yes, I don't have any Jordans because Michael Jordan is here. He's right here. Y'all don't know how shipping goes back in the 80s. I can't get that stuff that y'all get already. Yes, I'm wearing Sevagos. Y'all don't know about Sevagos.
Tell him, Corey.
I'm wearing Sevagos. Yes, I'm wearing Duckheads because y'all don't know about Duckhead.
I remember Duckheads.
That itself is a whole nother style. It is.
Yeah, you're right.
Y'all don't know about no polo.
But you know what? You could get away with it. 2 ways you could get away with it. So you're right. So when we used to go up north to New York, we used to go to Philly because grandma and mom is still in Philly. When we used to go to Philly, if you were preppy, it was cool. But the question is, you look that way, can you hoop? Right. Can you do things in other arenas? So you would get passes if you were athletic. You would get passes if you had other talents. So I'm trying to segue to something else. It didn't matter how you dress. You could look corny, but when people would say, this is how you got a cool pass at, hey, he might dress like that, but he can hoop. He might dress like that, but
or he can holler at the women. The ladies love that.
Oh, he got a mouthpiece.
He a ladies man.
He got a mouthpiece. So I was always dressing a certain way, but I could make people laugh, or I was witty because I was a skinny nigga. You know what I'm saying? I was a skinny Django. So I was skinny, but I could hoop and I could play baseball. But they didn't know that. They didn't saw me dressed the way I went with quarter zips and button ups. And like even the further south you go in Texas, everybody got starch in everything. Jeans, shirts.
Yes.
That's their groove. If you didn't have that, then you were weak. Because that lets them know that you didn't take the time to come out impeccably dressed. Right. So it's something to say about your clothes, right? But I got this shit because I was trying to get out older women straight up.
So not to date ourselves, the quarter zip movement is not, I know we're talking about our age group, but it's about the YNs, the boys who normally wear the hoodies, the saggy pants. It's nothing to do like with our generations, because for me, and with me being a mother, my kids would wear quarter zips for the charter school. You know, there's certain like dress codes that you have to wear it for. But now when it's not a dress code for school or for work and you're wearing it by choice, that's what the movement is talking about. Whether you're older or you're younger, some men may think it's fashionable when you're going to a certain event to wear a nice, you know, Nike outfit with the shoes. That was kind of cute, but you do give off a certain type of, you know, I don't want to say thug, but a little hardcore, you know, look to you. When man old or young is wearing a quarter zip and he's got it all decked down with the collar and the tie and the vest, that is a different in this 2025. It's saying something different.
Yes.
Can I say? Let me piggyback. Can I piggyback on that? Or go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead. Z.
Well, she's right. Sophie's right. Sophie, you look nice today too. By the way, I mean, you always have good points, but I think what Shiraz said kind of hits the nail on the head. Is that men or boys, teenagers, men respect men, and you have to punch your man card in some area that allows other men to respect you. And we don't really care what each other wear. Like we don't care what you're wearing like that. Are you punching your card athletically?
After high school?
Even in no, not if you're punching your card. Let me say, if you punch your card by being athletic, like Shiraz said, if you're the quarterback of the team and you like to wear Dockers or whatever, nobody cares because you're producing in an athletic area. Or if you can holler at the ladies, or if you're quick-witted, or if you just, maybe you're not athletic, but you just ripped up and you don't work out, you just got a six-pack by DNA. There's reasons why a man will respect you and say, okay, look, like Shiraz said, I know he dresses like that, but that's my boy. I know he dresses like that, but he cool. He gets a pass. Because when you're talented in a certain area, you don't have to do groupthink. See, groupthink says dress how we dress, move how we move. When you're above that, you don't have to succumb to that peer pressure.
It's psyops.
Regardless of your age.
It's psyops 101.
Yep. Dave.
Let's hold on. Let's stick with this one minute. Groupthink, right? Look, y'all. I remember first of all, I think quarter zips are great, and I think dressing, business wise, is dope. When I you know, back in the day, Zenos, when I got married in 2002, people criticized me because they were like, "Dave, do you have jeans? Do you have sneakers? Everything you have is slacks and hard bottoms." And I'm like, "Well, I'm at church 3 days a week, and when I'm not at church, I'm at work. So I'm rocking hard bottoms. I'm rocking. You know what I'm saying? Remember high school when we had duck heads, like you said, Corey? I remember y'all. I remember there was a distinct thing in Atlanta in high school because I moved to Atlanta at 12 and went to high school and college there. I remember there was a thing when we started wearing duck heads, polos, tree torns instead of ballies. We wore tree torns, and we were all trying to look preppy. We were all trying to look preppy. You know what I'm saying? And we made a conscious choice that, hey man, I'm intelligent and I'm gonna look preppy. Either I'm gonna do that or I'm gonna go black medallions and African dress, or I'm straight thug. There was hardly no in between. And we got judged, Zenos, on how we dress. There was a brother, I'm gonna mention his name, Corey. Don't laugh, because he was a little special. But there was a brother named Willie. God bless him. God bless him. He was special. He was in the special class. And Willie did not have a lot of money. So he never had a haircut. He was a little special. His clothes were always a little dirty. He never had anything. And everyone judged Willie based on how he dressed. And I remember some thug or somebody kept messing with him, and we were like, you better leave Willie alone. And Sherrod, the wrong Negro, F with Willie. And Willie went upside his head. Like it was like he had strength of 10 men. Yo. And then they wanted to put him on a football team. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Because then they were, like you said, Zenos, he punched his man card. Like, yo, I could have all this stuff going on, but don't F with me physically, because I will break you down. And when he broke that thug down, they wanted him on the football squad. You see what I'm saying? So it's like we do get judged by how we dress, at least when we're younger. Now, as an adult, cool. I might see somebody dress a certain way. I don't trip. You know what I'm saying? Like I see, I remember we might say in Chicago, "Oh, he dressed in white," or "You're talking proper." And I'll give you an example. Zeno, Sherrod, Corey. We all have done government contracting. When I came to LA and I worked for Booz, I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm not gonna say the whole name, but y'all know when I worked for Booz when I first came to LA.
We're not gonna say the whole thing.
Yeah, it is. I said Booz. I didn't say the whole thing.
You can say BAH because they don't go by that anymore.
When I work for BA. If people know, they know. I just said the name. When I first got here, y'all, I wore, button downs. YouTube is going crazy. I see you. I wore button down. I wore a tie. But there was one particular brother, Sherrod, that quarter zip you got on. This Negro never took his quarter zip off. He would have on a quarter zip, a double Windsor knot, and a button up. I don't care if it was hot, cold, winter, summer. You always saw him in his quarter. I kept wondering, why does this man constantly wear that quarter zip? And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I judged him. I said, oh, he's trying to hang around the white folks. He's trying to impress the white folks. Because he'd be like, hey guys, hey, yeah, hey, what's going on? And I'll be like, hey man, what's your political affiliation? Oh, Dave, I don't get into that, man. I don't get into all that. I don't give my political affiliation, right? But then he would be saying things that might sound a little bit more non-black, if you will. And I probably judged him. And I probably thought his quarters.
You did. What you mean probably? You did.
Accountability.
You all the way judged him.
Yeah.
I didn't judge him. Okay.
I
try not to, but I did.
Yeah, right.
No, listen. He was a cool guy once I got to know him. But I will say this. He didn't punch the card for me. I was looking for where the black card at. Because I had another brother that did wear some quarter zips, but he was like, hey, where the $5 chicken meals? We need to get to the strip club before 5 o'clock because everything is discounted. Like he was hanging with the brothers. The other guy, we didn't understand what he was on. My point is this: we do judge people, and you can think that quarter zips could be cultural appropriation. You know how some people say if the Japanese folks start wearing hip hop clothes and trying to talk like Run DMC or talk like no. Listen, Corey, listen. Just let me finish my point.
Already finished.
Cultural appropriation is when other cultures try to act and look black, and we blame them. What happens when we try to act and look white? Okay, so what happens when it's reversed, Enos? When we try to act and look white?
Can American culturally appropriate another American?
Thank you.
Yes.
Listen,
yes.
I grew up singing this song. The Great American Melting Pot. The Great American Melting Pot. Remember that little commercial on Saturday?
Yeah.
Like, why do, let me ask this. Let me time out. Let me ask this. Why do we give stuff away to white people as black people?
Thank you.
Coffee, quarter zips, Drake. Why do we give stuff away to white people?
That's ours.
Not Drake.
It's clothing.
Right.
Like,
all right, hold on.
Why are we giving
away
Zenos, I like how you went all the way back to Ethiopia, though. You started with coffee.
He did.
And then you just went left. You said, and my brother, we give coffee away. Oh, okay. And language and math. I mean, where we going with this tonight?
I'm just saying, like, we say if you wear this product that's created by an American company, oh, by the way, your black behind lives in America, then we say you're white. See, here's where I'm going to push back on David for just a bit. I don't know what you mean by he dresses white. You either act white, but you can't really dress white for me. Like, if you dress a certain way and you act a certain way, then okay. But just because you dress a certain way doesn't mean you automatically.
So if I could, I think so this is my interpretation. If somebody say he's dressing white, that could be considered a white collar type of job and also a look. Very business savvy, a tie, a suit, whether it be black or blue, white shirt, very white collar dressing, right? There's no style, there's no panache, there's no flower on your collar, on your lapel pin. You got the company lapel pin on. That's dressing white because that's what corporate America says. This is what is blasé. This is what passes the test. So when you see brothers dressing that way, you automatically assume that they're either Wall Street, boardroom, corporate, or some type of discipline in that genre, right? So, like,
Sherrod,
yeah,
Sherrod, look at the picture that we have up.
correct.
Now, look, I want to make it very clear. Dave Life is not saying that you're dressing white if you dress well. Dave Life is saying that Black
Matcha.
America said that. Black America said that when I was coming
No,
up.
stop. Black
That's
Oh,
Black
America
come
didn't
America.
on.
say that.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Chicago America said that. How about that?
No, Chicago America didn't say it
No.
either. Let me tell you something. I'm so tired of this. Stop listening to one person who says something that might go viral. They ain't got nothing. Stop just listening to people who just talking. They
Okay, but
just
wait.
talking.
I'm
Mhm.
with you. I'm with you. But that's my whole 10 minutes prior was the setup to get y'all to be honest with me.
Oh,
Sandra, did not we call people goofy and nerdy if they dressed and square if they dressed like this in Chicago when we were kids? If we saw that, we would say, "Oh man, they looking goofy, or they square, or they're nerdy," or we might
They're
even
nerdy.
say they trying to be white. Am I wrong or right that in Chicago, Sandra?
In Chicago, they would say, "Oh, they lame. Look how they dressed." Yeah,
Lame.
Okay,
yeah.
now I'm not saying it's right, Corey,
But
Zenos, Sherrod. I'm not
would
defending
y'all
it.
say that to
that's
the fruit of Islam person?
Of course not. But see, they punched that black card that Sherrod was talking about. That's the black card.
Not
See,
a
this is
black
what
card, man card,
let's make let's
man
make it
card.
let's make it clear. Let's make it clear. Let's make it clear. Let's make it clear. If you are just dressing proper and talking proper, there are people in certain cultures which will be like you're trying to appropriate whiteness. Let's not play the
yes.
game, y'all. They
I
will
got
do
that a
that.
lot. I got
I
that a
agree.
lot as a kid. Cause
Okay,
it
I
and
agree.
teased me. I was born in suburban areas, so when I would come to Chicago and I started living in Chicago, it was like, "Where you from? You ain't from here. You talk white. Why you talking white? I'm speaking proper, so that makes me white."
right. And I'm not saying it's right, Corey or Zenos, but I'm saying it existed at least in the Midwest. Now we can ask everybody. We can say, what was it like in Philly? What was it like in the Bay? What was it like in Alabama? What was it
In
like in Atlanta?
Carolina,
We can
But
go
same
around the
thing.
room.
Yeah.
um the quarter zip movement, I know we're talking about our past,
Yes.
but the quarter zip movement is for the young men right now.
Today,
So
right?
whatever we called it back then, it
Okay.
doesn't apply for the quarter zip movement. The conversations that I've seen, it's about the they call them YNs, or we can say YMs, young men
Young
who
man.
are African American, who may have locks, who may have, they're athletic, not athletic. They're switching from wearing the hoodies, the pullover, and a pullover is where it doesn't have a zipper. So we're switching from the pullover, the hoodies, even that little ski mask thing. We're putting that to the side. We're drinking matcha. We aren't drinking Coke. We're having a water. It's sparkly. We're having a quarter zip. We're wearing slacks. We got creases. That's the movement. And some African Americans are saying that you are pontificating like you're a white person. And then
Okay.
some say we love the movement because our black men are now pulling their pants up. They're making
Mm.
something that, they're wearing a suit
Hmm.
and tie, and it's actually a good thing, a cool thing. So it's not really about what happened, how we thought of it when we were young. It's about the young men right now, if that makes any sense at all.
It makes
Can I
some
answer?
perfect
Can perfect
perfect
great?
sense.
May I answer Sophie real quick,
Yeah.
please? Sophie, I get about the young YMs now.
Mm.
Yes, I hear about the quarter zip movement, but for me, it's not really a movement. It's just uh every 3 years, maybe 4 years, we go through this. You remember the dude, the genre? What's the dude that man? I'm a classic man. You know,
Mhm.
we were wearing bow ties about 5 years ago every day.
Right.
Mhm.
So that was 5 years ago. We were wearing bow ties all the time. You see somebody with a bow tie or the Windsor knot. We was that a movement? Yeah.
Yes. Hmm. Hmm.
So that was a movement.
Hmm.
I don't get. I maybe these YMs are tired. Hopefully, or they're seeing what's going on. Yes, if this is a movement, I love it. I don't care what type of move, as long as the move is in the right direction.
To trend. Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And
How about
but
we
they're
just
doing
ask a
it.
Y? Let's ask a YM nephew.
And we have a white boy. I hate to call you white boy, but that's what you said. You said you're not white, so you could be Hispanic. But he's on in the
I
chat.
see him.
We've
I
been
see him.
chatting, and he's like itching.
How about if I'm not black?
You see
Hold on,
him?
hold
And
on.
he's like, I'm
Yeah,
not
I see
white.
him. I
All
see
right,
him.
hold on a second. Hey nephew,
He's funny.
hey, do you dress like this?
I don't have a quarter zip yet, but I'm getting one for student center.
All right, why you getting one?
Cause she wants to be professional.
Come here.
Wait,
You
wait,
want to
yeah,
do a
yeah,
podcast?
yeah.
Come here.
Yeah,
Hey, this is my nephew. This is my favorite nephew.
Oh,
Tell your brother I said
Welcome
that.
in, nephew. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me direct the stage real quick. So for EJ that wants to come up, I don't normally send the invite link. What's up, nephew? Welcome in, my
Alright.
Hey,
brother.
tell him what you
Welcome in.
get. What you doing next Tuesday?
I got a National Honor Society like award ceremony.
very
Yee!
nice.
Nice.
Hey, favorite.
Tell him my quarter zip. Unc always like this though.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So tell him
Hey,
why you doing it. Because you what, 17, right?
She wants us to. She's getting us a quarter zip so we can look like
Who,
business
who was
professionals.
getting a quarter zip?
The teacher of like the leader of student center. Like,
What do you feel about that?
it's a good idea. Quarter zips aren't bad.
Okay. So
Okay,
are
wait.
more kids your age starting to dress like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sherrod, what's your nephew's name?
Dylan.
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 Dylan, take a look on the screen. So on the screen, we got two young brothers. We call them YMs, young men, even though sometimes it could be a negative term if you use the other letter. You got two young brothers. They're wearing they're wearing quarter zips and they have matcha in their hands. Is this something that you would pick, Dylan, on your own, or is this because student council or someone else is deciding to do it? Would you pick this look for yourself, or is it I want to fit into a trend?
It depends what type of setting.
Talk to me. What you mean?
Like, I would like if I'm going somewhere for business, then okay, I would see going out on a date, yeah, but like for everyday wear, yes and no.
Fuck you mean by that?
Yes and no.
All right.
All right. So listen. So there's another picture. Here's another picture. Now this is what I typically saw coming up. If I saw a person in a quarter zip, I saw a person look more like this. I'm not being funny, but it would be like a dad or a businessman is what I would see in a quarter zip. Because we weren't. I wasn't really wearing this. Okay. And here's another clip: the quarter zip movement, quote unquote,
That's
and
a good
dress.
one right there, though.
It is.
That's yeah. I got a cream one like that. I got a cream.
I got a cream one like that too.
But Corey,
Yeah.
we're adults.
Green though.
We're adults, Corey. The stuff that happens to children in terms of the judging and the bullying, that don't happen to us. We can wear whatever the heck we want. We're making money. We're adults. We're paying our own
Yeah,
rent.
but it happened to us when we were young.
Would you get bullied if you were that? Of course.
Well,
Now watch this. Watch this
talks
though.
about.
Watch this. He's a standout football player.
Ah,
And
Ah.
he's smart.
Yes and no.
Okay. Elaborate.
Yes, because of the the gangbangers at school. They're obviously gonna
thank you.
because of the students that are like that know more and like
no more.
Like
That's all
the
that is.
students that are more outgoing would be more accepted.
Hey, what's the racial makeup of his high school?
What's the racial makeup of your high school?
Hispanics?
What's the ratio to the number?
Oh,
if you had to give it a percentage,
like 70 Hispanics.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's why.
In Atlanta? In Atlanta?
No, he's not in Atlanta.
Where you at?
In Florida.
Oh, that
In
makes sense.
Florida.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but you notice, Zenos, first thing he said was, it depends who might talk about me. He said, like the gangbangers. Let's stop right there. Sophie, help me out. Is the quarter zip movement for young black men across the board that are deciding to dress up, or is it specifically for hood type YNs, thug hood, if you will, gang banging type YNs to now switch it up? Like, I don't understand the full movement. Who's a part of this movement that's switching it up? All young black men, or thug young black man? Be real.
Um, well, I love a YN. I'll just go ahead and lead with that.
Do you?
I love a YN. So
Why?
because and I like
It's the
now
energy. It's the
What is a
that
energy
the
of
energy,
YN?
love.
the youth, but
Yeah.
I like
Define
it
it.
Define
even
it.
now because
Define that.
before it would be
Define
like I live in
YN.
Atlanta. It'd be
Define
like, hey,
YN.
Miss Lady, and I'm kind of like, what am I gonna do with that? But if he has a quarter zip and maybe like, hi, how you doing? You know, because I feel like he's got
Auntie Dave, Auntie.
That's
yeah,
yeah. That's
I
defined
could
as
be
That's
auntie.
switching
why I
once
wear
he
quarter zip.
yeah. So it's for I think YN or YM, what we're gonna say is from I would say high school to maybe like in their 25, 26. Those people who are maybe not fully engulfed in corporate, maybe still in high school, may still have a little play in them, who are just okay with, and it's okay, socially acceptable for them to be wearing a hoodie every single day of the week, you know, who don't have a dress code. Those are the young men that are switching from wearing the pullovers and the hoodies. And I should preface this, they wear the hoodies and all those things all throughout the year,
Sophie,
you know? Yeah.
Sophie, help me out.
Mhm.
Uh, and the brother right here. Oh, shoot, dang it! I'm going to Wikipedia. I'm going to try to highlight people. I went to okay. This brother right here with braids, young man with braids in an Adidas tracksuit with a gold chain. Would he be considered a YN to you?
Yeah.
YN, yes or no? Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. All right, Sophie. This brother right here. This brother right here with the get out the way. This brother right here with the face mask on and a hat cocked to the side and Boosie on his side. Is he a YN also?
A YN, as they're showing it actually, there is 13 to 24 is a YN.
But how do they
25
dress?
13
to
to
35 is big bro.
But how do
oh
they look
god.
though? But how do they
What?
dress? Hold on.
The
How
YNs, I'll
how do
see
they dress?
them wearing that.
Is this a YN? This brother, these two brothers right here, are they
Uh,
YNs?
no, those are big bros or maybe Unk
It's because of the age. It's because of the
because of the
age.
age. Yeah, but even they can get it too. Even they can switch from wearing the big oversized t-shirts and all that. That right there, yeah,
Are these
that is
brothers? Are these brothers YNs?
yes,
Okay,
yes.
Hey,
so hold on. So my question is this: are we saying that the quarter zip movement is brothers that normally dress in jerseys and have braids, young
Yes.
cats that we call, I'm gonna say the word, excuse my language, young niggas? Are we saying that you have to be like this and then switch over and that's what's a part of the movement? Or could it
Yes.
be someone like Shiraz's nephew who's an honor student and he don't look street at all? Is he part of the YN movement? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to just clarify.
it's a combination. It's not just one thing. It's
Okay.
a myriad of combinations of a lot of different variables. It's
Mhm.
about how you act, your character, how you dress, how you talk, how you walk, how you carry yourself. You can still dress preppery and carry yourself like a YN.
Mhm.
You can still dress preppy, or you can still dress with jerseys on and carry yourself like a YN.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's not just one thing. Don't pigeonhole it and silo it into like one thing. It's a myriad of different things that make up a YN.
Hey,
Mhm. Mhm.
can I get another young person to comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Look, dog, we getting
EJ
points.
EJ
Oh,
is waiting.
yeah.
EJ
Oh,
me
wait a
side.
minute.
Oh,
Wait. What's
Mm.
up? What's up,
oh,
nephew? What's
Yo,
going
yo.
on? That's
okay.
Karsten. What's up, Karsten? Hold on.
What's going
Let
on,
me
y'all?
welcome in.
So
What's
Hey.
what
up?
do you want me to comment on? What's the
Car-
topic?
Carson. So first of all, this is my brother Zenos' youngest. You the youngest, right, Carson? No, you the second youngest.
Second youngest.
Second
I
youngest.
mean,
All right.
take your pick of six of them. I mean, geez.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Welcome in, Carson. Carson is you go to Georgia Tech? You
Hmm?
went to Tech, Carson?
Yeah, I'm going right now.
All right, so listen. So Carson is a young man. Me and Zenos went to Georgia Tech. His mom went to Georgia Tech. He's going to Georgia Tech. So this is a young engineer brain, very smart young man.
Hawaii.
Carson, what?
Young engineer.
Carson.
A yay.
A
What?
yay.
A
Young
yay? A
engineer.
yay?
A
Yeah, yeah.
YN.
Carson. What is a YN? Can you define a YN to you? What is a YN
To me,
to you?
it's how you act. Like you just act sort of
like a crash out or
Not a
to kind of
crash
like act
out.
tough.
Damn.
So you act tough. You act tough. So kind of thuggish, if you will.
I guess you could say yeah.
Because when I think young YN, I think NBA young boy. Personally, when I think
Yeah.
YN, I think NBA young boy. That to
No,
me,
no, 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 no. I think John Morant. You're a multimillionaire, but yet still you want to go on social media with a gun. You're an idiot.
okay,
Was
that's what I'm
like
saying. So
So what
YN,
is Boosie?
Boosie
he
was a
he
Boosie was a
was
it was a
YN.
YN that
He
went
was.
to jail and got smart and grew the fuck up.
So so Carson, here's my question. If I show you, I'm gonna show you a picture. I'm
Whose
gonna show you.
music is
I gotta bring it
amazing,
up.
by the way, Corey.
Yeah, Boosie.
Boosie
Uh,
badass.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. There it is.
He's
All
from
right.
Jersey.
So where is it at? Let me share my screen. Stop share. Share this one. Here we go. All right. So Carson, you tell me if any of these outfits are. How would you describe these outfits? So when you see some young men, Carson, dressed like this. There we go. When you see two young brothers dressed like this, they're wearing what's called a quarter zip. That zip up sweater type thing is a quarter zip.
yeah, yeah.
How would you describe that? How would you describe that style of dress or person that's wearing that
Um,
style of dress?
it's more like put together, like nonchalant. They got the
Mm.
matcha too, so I know they're like chilling. Um,
Is
yeah.
it good? Is it positive, negative, or indifferent? The that type of dress. Would you say that's good? Would you say that's bad, or would you say it's neither?
I think it's positive. It's kind of a trend right now, but I feel like it's more like mature. And you got the
Okay.
matcha too, so it's like you're like put together.
All right. So then you see a YN. Let's just use NBA YoungBoy. If you see a YN who you know is a YN, you've seen him crash out, but then he come to the stage or come to the jam like this with a matcha in his hand. What do you think he's doing? You believe him? Is it a trend? What do you think he's trying to prove?
If NBA YoungBoy pulled up like that,
Yeah. Uh-oh, what just happened? Yeah, if NBA pulled up like this, or anyone else for that matter.
I feel like it would be a trend.
Mhm.
Mm.
Okay.
Unless they like continue to do it, then I'll be like, okay, they might be like changing their style up.
Okay. Okay. And see, Sophie, that's what I was trying to get at. I'm trying to get at is the quarter zip. Thanks, Carson. I appreciate you. Is the quarter zip movement someone trying to change their image, someone trying to be something they're not, or is the quarter zip movement just young men like Karsten or like Sherrod's nephew, Dylan? Is the quarter zip movement just for young men that I'm growing up? What is it really? Is it people trying to change their image and not be thuggish or try to act like they ain't thuggish or try to hide? Or is it truly just, hey, it's young men growing up and they just accepting the
It's a
swag?
positive trend. It's a positive trend that can, I think it can do no wrong. Whether in his heart he can hoop or not, and let's be clear, they are still going to see him as a black man. They are still going to pull him over. They're going to they are still going to do that. But when he's going for an interview or when he's coming to class, when he is just walking from A to B, it does give an elevated, more mature. And I think that's what the trend is, elevating. There's a couple clips out that kind of talk about it. They're explaining it. We don't drink soda. We drink matcha. We don't like sit on the couch and play video games. We go to the gym. All those things are elevating. Like, I'm no longer a boy, I'm now a man. Whether it
Mhm.
stays or sticks, I think it's great. It's almost like how when we grew up in church, the young man would have to dress up for church. So some people who have gone to church, is built in us to public speak. It's built because we go and we're doing a program. Auntie, if she can't hear you, it may be like speaking to the mic. So you're learning from at a young age how to be professional, as opposed to somebody who's never been in a structured environment that may not know how to carry themselves. Like that young man right there, he could be not even going to school. He could be going on his way, even at Chick-fil-A. The people I went to Chick-fil-A last night, and they had on a nice red sweater and a collar shirt. I was like, it just gave it elevated. Burger King is not Chick-fil-A. If you're wearing a jersey, I'm gonna think that you play basketball. If you're wearing a hoodie, I'm gonna think of you in this way. So if I see you in a quarter zip, I'm just going to assume that you're not somebody
Yeah.
on the, from around the way.
Okay. I can appreciate that. It is definitely a positive movement. And the guys, the reason I went back to the past is because I wanted us to kind of establish how we saw as a black culture people that dress nice or spoke nice at a young age. In some cultures, in some communities in Chicago, which can be very street. It was like, oh, that's a negative. But in some cultures, in some areas of the country, Xenos in Alabama.
Where's your matcha, Rod? Where's your
Huh?
cup of tea? Where's your cup of tea? Where's your matcha?
Look, man, I stick
I
with
was,
products that were founded in Carolina, okay?
it's
By
like I was
chemists.
like I don't even know what matcha is.
Look,
It's a T.
so let's say this real quick, and I'm cutting in. I'm in a fraternity, one of the greatest fraternities in the world, if not the greatest fraternity in the world. We Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated, Life Member 13303. So my thing is, we always pride ourselves in being impeccably dressed.
Mhm.
In the event that you are black, that is one strike already against you. You can't do nothing about it. Just like your family, you can't choose who your family is, but you can choose who your wife or your husband is. You already have a strike against you being a certain ethnicity. It's not by anything you've done, it's just what it is. Why not try to look impeccably dressed and look the part? Because
Mhm.
it's exactly what Sophie just said. You will get the benefit of the doubt if you look the part in any circumstance. It doesn't have to be going out for a job. It could be going to a car dealership. It could be going to get something from the mall. People look at you and automatically judge and gauge who you are as an individual from what you present them. And as they're looking at you, the first thing they say is, he looks like he got money and he looks like he's ready to buy something because he looks the part. See, we
Mhm.
know this, but we try to differentiate between, we don't know that the person that got the jersey on is a YN, but he looks like a YN because that's what social media has gauged us and provided us over the years. So it's a psychological trick, right?
Mhm.
Again, I go back to music, and I love Outkast. He said, he said, and Andre said it great. He said, are all niggas that's ball for the fall. And then he said something about rosters and pastas. Like, just
Mhm.
because you look a certain way, don't judge a book by its color, right?
Yeah.
But yet and still, you're still more likely to get the benefit of the doubt if you do have a quarter zip on and you go into any type of store, and you could tell. And I do it all the time just to have my own psyche evaluated when I start seeing things. I've gone in Macy's with a jersey on and got treated differently. I've gone
Yeah.
in Macy's with a quarter zip on and got
Yep.
treated completely different.
100%. 100%.
And I'm
100%.
not saying it's right or it's wrong, but that we judge, we gauge people on how people look. You know,
So
So
go ahead. I'm
wait,
sorry,
no,
Dave.
no, 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 Corey. I've been talking too much. Go ahead, Corey. You got it.
So this is right. You perfect example of what you said. I see this beard. So I get compliments on my beard in two ways. If I dress with this on, with my hoodie on and hat,
Mhm.
and they know I travel a lot. So
Mhm.
when I get on the airplane, if I'm dressed like this, I get, hey, so who you used to play for?
Hmm.
That's number one, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But guess
But
what?
Corey,
If
but
I
Corey,
hold, hold on, hold on, go ahead.
they,
If
they
I
say
have
that
on
they say it because your stature. Corey, how tall are you?
yeah,
six
Corey.
four,
Okay.
But Corey, you huge though, bro.
So
but
you
wait,
gotta be a football player. You gotta be a
hold
football
on,
player.
wait, it switches up.
Okay.
So it's according where I am and according what I have on. If I have on a tie and a quarter zip, I Dave, you can ask my mama what has happened to me with a tie on and a suit.
They think you're a CEO.
Excuse, no, they say, excuse me. Are you TD Jakes?
Oh
Go with
yeah,
the lie.
yeah.
Yes.
Listen,
And
Not
guess what?
now
I
though.
did.
Like not
No, no,
now.
not now. But I did at that time. I did go with the lie.
mm.
I sure did. And I said, you know what? I'm not preaching today, but God bless you.
Jesus, Jesus.
But then, if I'm in Texas and I have
Yeah,
one doing construction, I've been in the construction industry as well. Hey, dude, how you get your beard like that?
yeah,
Your beard is very it's you moisturize it? Do you wash
yeah.
it? What do you
You,
do?
you
I
know,
need
you
to
know
know.
why? You know why, Corey? You know why? Because we appropriate, and this is kind of what I was trying to say. We appropriate, y'all. Whether we agree or disagree, we tend to associate a look with a place in societies. Maybe not a race, but a place in society. Let me tell y'all this. I'm gonna be for real with y'all. When you see a young man that look like NBA young boy walking down the street, you're gonna say, "Oh, that's a YN. I might need to watch out. He might be on some gangster shit." But if you see a young man that looks like your nephew, Shirai, or your son,
Yeah,
Zenos, who
I
you
hear
just
you.
showed us, we're gonna say, "Oh, that's an intelligent young black man." Okay, well, that's how we feel. But there are some cultures, Zenos, you need to unmute. There are some cultures. Trayvon Martin got taken out by George Zimmerman. There are some cultures which see a young man, whether he have on a jersey or a um, quarter zip, they see a young black man, they feel threatened. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just being very honest here that we used to associate talking proper and looking business as being square or being nerdy or being white. You're trying to be white. You're trying to be accepted by white culture. That is at least how I came up in Chicago. Now, as an adult, I now know you can dress how you want to dress. It's nothing wrong with being intelligent. It's nothing wrong with being able to integrate into white society and white culture. It's nothing wrong with having white friends, right? I now know that the biases that were in, I'll call it some of the stuff I went through in coming up in the hood, not every hood, but at least where I went through, some of the biases I had to learn. Okay, it's not we don't need to have some of those biases because it's a bias. It's not right. You know what I mean? Especially when you become a Christian, it's like nah, I can't really hold on to that bias. You know what I mean? I'll take every individual as they are, Corey. I don't care if he got on a Atlanta hat or if he got on a quarter zip. I'm a go with the how they treat me and who they are. So, but I do think, and Zenos, please chime in here, man. I feel like sometimes we do have some brothers that want to assimilate into white culture so bad they do things that they think are quote unquote what white people do. Sophie, I had a young lady at work today. I don't want to say her name, but she's a young white woman, younger than 40, um, from Atlanta or from Georgia, Savannah to be specific. And we were joking, and she was like, she mentioned some song. I gotta look it up. She gonna get mad at me because she said, Dave, you talk about me on your show, make sure you quote me correctly. So she mentioned a song, y'all, and she was like, that's like the white people anthem. I said, well, what song is this? And it was man, I can't. Gosh, I know the song when I hear it. But she said, yeah, the stereotype. She was like, white girls like pumpkin spice, and we like
Yep.
this sort of music. She's like, this is like our anthem if you go with the stereotype. And I said, dang, I never thought about that. And she was like chuckling. She was like, it's random, but I don't know a white person that doesn't like the song. And I said, damn.
Is it a
And
black song? Is it Bon
no,
Jovi?
it's a white song.
What's the name of the song?
I
Texas.
said Bon Jovi.
Hold on, wait.
Bon Jovi.
Take me through it. Take me through there. Yeah, that's
It's
Yeah.
like it's like an untitled song. It's like untitled or something. Zenos, do you know a song that's untitled?
A white
What's
song
some of
that's
the words?
untitled.
I'm gonna sing the wrong song because I sang the wrong song. She's like, no, not that one. So I sang this one, making my way downtown, walking fast.
Oh,
No, no.
for white chicks. Yeah.
Hold on. She said it wasn't that one though. Because I'm thinking, okay, the White Chicks, the movie, that's got to be the song. She said no, and she named something else. Can't remember it, but she herself said some people will call that the white person anthem or at least the white girl anthem. And I chuckled because I said, if I was trying to hang around white people or white girls, would I learn that song and be able to sing it during karaoke to act like I'm making a point here?
And you would fail
Do
miserably.
Yes, you will fail. Thank you, Zeno.
Yeah, because she can't even remember the
He
song.
can't even remember the song.
Oh,
No,
he's
even if you
black.
did remember the song, that's
Yeah.
not how you. That's,
Yeah.
that's not how you. That's why these NFL dudes keep marrying these white chicks and get played for financially because they don't understand how the
I'm
culture
crying.
moves. But
I'm
that's
Yeah.
a different. That's a different. That's next week's episode.
Yeah, that's yes. Boy, that Zeno's that's a long conversation.
I'm here for it. Mm-hmm.
Why do you
But
sound
go-
offended? Why do you sound offended, Doc? Don't sound
But
offended.
He's so mad. He's so mad right
He's
now.
so
He
pissed
is.
off that I
he
did not
got-
get it right.
Yeah.
He went left
I
at the
don't know the
stop
song. I
sign
don't know the
so
song.
quick.
Yes.
Yeah, my brother. And when these white women be marrying these brothers and taking all their fucking money, my nigga, I'm just upset with myself.
He went Dr. Umar on me. He said,
Somehow.
listen, if you're gonna know the
Dr.
culture,
Umar.
Dave, get it right. Don't
Get
mess
it
with the
right.
culture. But some aren't there some brothers that try to quote unquote
Appropriate.
No.
right?
No.
Aren't there some sisters that
No.
try to?
No,
No?
no. Everybody is a product of their environment.
Talk
Listen,
to me. Talk
The
to me.
brother who grew up in all white city and only
Yeah.
went to school with white people, he's not trying to be white. He can't be white. He's black.
Okay.
He is a product of his environment. The brother that grew up in Cabrini Greens or whatever it's called in Chicago, he ain't trying to be more
Be
black.
careful
He
now.
just,
Don't say whatever it's called. Yes, it's Cabrini.
I mean, I don't know what
You
it's
got
called.
it right.
Cabrini?
It's
Is it
Cabrini. It's Cabrini.
Okay.
You know, I'm sensitive.
Zeno's,
'cause- I'm
it's okay.
sensitive 'cause-
It ain't there no more.
But
It's
it
not
don't
there.
matter. I'm sensitive
I'm just
because
saying if he grew up there. If he grew up in Cabrini Green,
my aunt
he's
is-
not
my
trying
aunt
to
lived
be
in Cabrini.
black.
So
He just
we-
grew up
we-
in
we
Cabrini
sensitive.
Greens. Like if I grew up in the South, I'm not trying to have a Southern accent. I just grew up in the South. Same thing with New York. I think sometimes we look at brothers who move in what we're going to call a white way as if they're choosing to do that. First of all, it's all smoke and mirrors. Like
Okay.
a lot of what you're bringing up about this hoodish element that took over black culture,
Yeah.
a lot of that was pushed by when NWA came out. When hip hop went from being New York centric to melody and flow and sometimes even pushing the culture from a political standpoint to just West Coast gangbanging and hoes, we accepted that as a culture and that became the goal. That no other culture is pushed from the bottom up. Every other culture is pushed from the top down.
Not true.
What?
Okay, talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Country music's from the bottom up.
Yeah, but ain't nobody trying to move to the farm. White people don't try to say,
No.
my goal in life is to get a farm. It's to get as much money as I can and be the richest dude on the planet.
Yeah,
So
but
they're
then
not striving to
but
live a country music lifestyle.
they strive to get drunk and beat their wives.
Okay.
Good God, Corey, Dad.
Okay.
Damn. Hey,
But that's if you listen to a lot of country music, 90%. Well, I say not 90,
I
but
don't,
back
so.
then, yeah. But if you listen to country, how country is actually is a derivative of blues. So when like Hank Williams Sr. got a hold on it, and Hank Williams Jr., what they talk about? Drinking, going to these bars, getting drunk, having sex with different women. It's with that type of music, and just being a bad dude. Period.
So Corey, to Zenos' point, with gangster rap taking over black culture, is it wrong for us to say that all country people strive to get drunk and beat their wives because that's what we hear in country music? Isn't it wrong for us to say that?
Is it wrong?
Yeah, isn't it wrong for us to say what we hear in the music is across the culture?
It's wrong for anyone to say anything about culturally that period.
Yes,
because I don't believe that in hip hop.
But here's my point with that, David. When you look at a white high school, you divide those white students up into elements. And I have to go back to when I was in high school, because I'm not in high school now, so I don't know what the labels are. But you might have had a jock, you might have had a, what we call it, a skater dude, you might have had a goth, you might have had a good. Black people don't get chopped up into the subcultures. We just black. And you have to move
to white people,
you're automatically kicked
to
out
white
and
people,
said
or
you're a sellout.
to white people or to black people. You're saying we don't
to both.
Okay.
To both.
So to black folks,
a typical white male or female does not have to meet white criteria to be considered white. They could be nerdy and white. They could be intelligent and white. They can be dumb as rocks and white, but they still get called white. But when you're black, if you, like you said, if you might just be a dude that likes fashion. You rock a quarter zip, now you're a sellout.
There you go.
You want to date Asian girls, now you're losing your culture. You like country music, you one of them. We're one of the few groups in America that it's so narrow, right? We don't give each other the freedom to be gothic, to be spiritual, even to be anything other than pants sagging, jersey wearing.
You know why? Because maybe we getting into black culture now. Maybe we put such an emphasis on being cool. Maybe we do that. I don't know. Maybe we have swag. Maybe we have seasoning. Maybe we're cliquish. I don't know what you want to call it. Sophie, help us out here, because there's a bunch of brothers on the stage. I need a woman's perspective. Sophie, why do we as black people put so much emphasis on fitting into the norm of blackness? Why do we, like, oh man, they ain't black. They ain't real. They don't do this. Why do we put so much emphasis on that and not allow people to be gothic, not allow people to be nerdy, not allow people to be non-cool or non-trending? Why do we put so much effort on black folks fitting into blackness? Why do we do that?
Because some things is white people shit. I mean, some things really is just some white people shit, like not seasoning their food. That's just a known fact. That's just what it is. If I were to go to a black person's house and they're just washing their chicken in the kitchen sink with soap, or let's back it up, not even washing.
Not even.
So that certain things are just, there's just the fact. Now, some of them have now learned the ways and on how to season and cook and throw some vinegar and some lime in there, and they've switched it up a little bit. Great. But there are some things that are, like your coworker was saying, that are just what they do, and there are some things that we do. Yeah. The spot in the middle, like Dr. Zenas was saying, is when your environment changes how you dress, how you eat, even what you taste, and even your nostalgia, what shows you watch, because of the environment that you're in. And with the movement, it's no matter where, I feel like it is a trend, but no matter what state, whether you're up north or down south, everyone is doing it. Hence the reason why it's a trend. But I feel like it's a positive trend that is derived from being in dressing in a way that is typically, in my opinion, asked for white or black to wear. Like I was saying, the charter schools, maybe Mondays, dress professional on Mondays. You typically, that type of dress is, you have to do it for a certain school or a certain collegiate or a certain event. When someone is choosing to do it by choice on a Monday and a Tuesday to go out, to go to the grocery store, is what is, I'm really interested in this conversation. But like the dandies, the guys who just would dress back, if you look up some of the olden days, how the black men who just wear suits and trench coats and the ties, they just did it just because. And now, as we've moved into the modern times, we've swayed away from that. But I'm enjoying the trend, seeing the young men walking around, going nowhere, and dressed up.
Hey, Sophie, you asked me in the messages. You said, "Hey, Dave, do you have the clip?" I want to show the clip. You're right, because I need
Oh,
to show this clip.
okay.
Let me see if I can pull this up. This is a clip of a sister that I saw on Instagram that kind of was dissing and going real hard against the brothers that are into this type of fashion. So let's listen to what she says.
Like maybe I'm too woke, but I don't find the quarter zip shit funny because I also didn't find it funny a couple years ago when all those black men put on suits and then stood around in suits. I don't understand what men in general, but especially black men's obsession is with defining themselves by their clothing and not really actively doing any. It's not deeper than just like, well, we can put on suits. I can also put on a suit. What is the point that you're trying to make here? Like, it's like costume. Like, let's dress up as the social idea of success or productivity or decent, productive human being. I don't know. I don't even understand what y'all are trying to communicate to us. Y'all are constantly like essentially dressing up as white men. Like, that's kind of like maybe I'm too woke, but I don't find the quarter zip shit funny because I also didn't find it funny a couple years ago when all those black men put on suits and then stood around in suits. I don't understand what men in general, but especially black men's obsession is with defining themselves by their clothing and not really actively doing any. It's not deeper than just like, well, we can put on suits. I can also put on a suit. What is the point that you're trying to make here? Like,
I
it's
think
like
it's legal.
costume. Like, let's dress up as the social idea of success or productivity or decent, productive human being. I don't know. I don't even understand what y'all are trying to communicate to us. Y'all are constantly like essentially dressing up as white men. Like that.
All right.
Turn her
So,
off.
well, I mean, look, listen. This is part of the discussion, you guys. This is why we, Sophie brought this topic up. She makes her point is, which is what I was getting at, y'all. Are we just as black men cosplaying intelligence? Are we cosplaying sophistication? Are we cosplaying what we call a successful white man, possibly? Or are we really, really dressing up and maturing? If I look at Sherrod's nephew, if I look at Zenos' son, honor students, Georgia Tech, highly intelligent, working on their future, I would say that ain't cosplay. Them young men are growing up, they're maturing. But if I see Ja Morant putting up gun signals in the NBA, being a thug in the NBA, if I see NBA young boy being a thug, and then the next day they come out with a quarter zip, they trying to talk proper, I would say that person is playing games with us. They're appropriating and they're trying to fool us. Whereas if I look at the young man like Zenos's son, Rod's nephew, I would say no, them young men are genuinely being themselves. So does the sister have a point that
No,
she okay, talk to me, Corey. You don't like what she had to say?
no, I don't.
Tell me why.
Then when you say John Morant, do you know what John Morant dad wear every game?
A quarter zip.
Ding ding.
He does. I mean, but John Morant don't.
But John Morant ain't no thug. Lead this
But
We're taking it out of context.
yeah, we're taking
Taking
it
it
out
out
of
of context.
context. That's
but
what I'm
he
going.
do,
So
but he, but he
so
does
so
try to be a
again,
thug. He
again,
does try to
guys.
present as a thug, though.
No. Two things. Number
No.
one, I don't even see chicks like that. I talked about this constantly. Chicks that
Exactly.
talk and
He's
act like
got
that.
blonde hair, fake lashes, and
What?
Exactly.
what are you
That's what I was about
appropriating?
to
But no,
get
no, no,
to.
What are
no,
you
no, 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 no.
appropriating?
Forget about her. Forget
Is it
about that.
negative?
She is.
That's the appearance. When a female says or male says when they lead in a conversation and say this, I'm super woke. The
Oh,
minute they say that, and the next thing they say out their mouth is all ignorance. They absolutely have no idea why black men, dress the way that they do and why they put on their Sunday's best. Because they were
Mm.
3/5 of a man. They were never considered a man. So
right.
once again, she doesn't know her history. So I don't even hear people like that. The reason that black men dress that way is simply because they were always treated that they were inferior and they weren't an equal to the white man. So what did black men do? They wisen up, they understood the system, and they say the system calls for me to dress this way just to get noticed and appreciated and even talked to. So why would I come in overalls from the field when I'm not going to get the benefit of the doubt on how I dress? So let me at least look the part.
Come on.
So when she
Yeah.
says idiotic, ignoramus things like she said, talking about maybe I'm just super woke. You're not super woke.
You're not.
What you're trying to say is this: anybody's going to give you the benefit of the doubt if you look the part. So it's not a funny thing. We pride ourselves on how we look.
Yeah.
Women, I love when I hear women say, I bought this for me. No, you bought this to get attention. It may be a small derivative of why you bought it for yourself, but for the most part, you want to get the affirmation from others.
Yeah. Hey, Sherrod.
Men wear a suit because we don't we don't want to get necessarily the affirmation from others. We want to be able to be respected and even let into the room.
That part. Access.
We
Right.
want the access.
Sherrod, you make a great point. That if you have an individual such as her that says, what y'all trying to do? What y'all trying to prove? Why y'all? I don't understand y'all just dressing up. Let me tell you something, man. Fraternities did a lot for black culture.
Absolutely.
A Phi A, Kappa Alpha Psi, Omega Psi Phi. Y'all brothers dressed up, dressed the part, got your education, got out on the front lines. Just at every college I go to, the fraternities are trying to push black culture, trying to push intelligence, trying to up the image of the black man and the black woman. I have never seen a fraternity or sorority be negative for us. I've seen them be positives for us, right? So, having said that, you make a great point, Sherrod, when you say we were 3/5 of a man. We were, you know what I'm saying? Like the dandies, Sophie, the slaves that when they were free, dressed up, wore the top hats, wore the suits, wore the triple breasted, made sure they had their tie right. All that culture, all that style. We can even go back to the jazz era. We can go back to Cab Calloway
The
and
chaps.
the chaps and the zoot suits. We can go
Come
back.
on now.
It was a statement. It was a statement because it was, hey man, we are somebody. And the same thing with sisters dressing up in elegance, speaking a certain way, having couth. People don't even know what it means to be uncouth, right?
Right.
Having couth, it meant that you had a sense of culture and style, and you could navigate different cultures. And back in the day, code switching, speaking different language when you had to talk to white folks and we had to talk to black folks. Code switching wasn't a bad thing back in the day. Like
Mm.
code switching was good. It was like, okay, no, we know how to move. The ignorant people might down you, but
Actually, it was taught.
it was taught to code switch. And see, and look, and today, Corey, let's pick a YN. Forgive me for picking on NBA young boy, y'all. But let's just say NBA Youngboy was the quintessential YN. And let's just say NBA Youngboy was like, hey, I don't care how I sound. I'm getting money, nigga. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. That's cool. But it ain't cool. Because it's like, bruh, it's more than just being ignorant and getting money for acting ignorant and getting money for being gangster. Like I'm not mad at people that come from the mud, but sometimes we have to mature and we have to evolve. Because look, they're not gonna let us in certain rooms if we don't look the part, Sherrod. If we don't have the quarter zip on, if we don't have a button down on, Sophie, if we don't have our church clothes, our Sunday best, we can't even get in the room. So we need to be able to dress and elevate our mindset and do different. This is why I have a problem when we say that person is acting white or that
Hey,
person, to your point.
yeah, the young people will push back on what you're saying because they would say, well, you're Generation X. You're
Okay.
still looking to be let in a room. And so you're going to tap dance and wear what they want you to wear. This young generation, they look at it differently. They're not trying to be let in rooms. And so they're coming from a different perspective. And I may not agree or understand all of it, but just from that comment that you made in terms of looking the part, dressing the part so we can gain more access, these young minorities who have seen President Trump be elected twice, who have seen Christian churches say he's a man of God. They don't want to hear no more from Generation X about your God. They don't want to hear no more from Generation X about what you have to do for a white man's approval. So they're moving a little bit differently than how you and I grew up in the 80s and 90s.
I want to make sure I'm understanding, Zenos. Are we? First of all, I agree with you because I do know young people that ain't trying to hear that. But you have the TikTok generation. I say that like I'm a young person. I can go get money. I don't need no record deal. I don't need no major studio. I don't need no quote unquote white company to co-sign me. I am a young person and I have internet sensibilities and I can go make millions if I just put my stuff out on TikTok, if I just put my stuff out on the gram. And you know what? And some of these young folks are making millions. Let's be for real. You do have people like Ice Spice that came out of nowhere, have a hit song on Instagram. For that matter, the girl that sang Boot Up. Who sang Boot Up, Sophie?
Ella.
Ella,
LMA.
Ella May.
Boot up.
LMA blew up from singing covers of songs on Instagram. DJ Mustard heard her, grabbed her, put her in the studio, and gave that girl hits. And her internet covers got her a record deal and made her huge.
No. Stop. But you still fail to realize the one key thing. She can sing. She has
She
a
got
talent.
talent. She has a talent.
She has a talent.
But
She has a
Sherrod,
she has a talent that just happened to be corridored in the right mechanism to be heard. That's it.
but
She
but
still had a talent though.
she did. What I'm saying is Zenos just said they don't want to hear this generation
I
X
completely agree
mess.
with him. They don't. And that's why I'm all about letting young people fail.
Okay.
I'm all about letting them bump.
Okay.
Because 48 laws of power, at what point in time do you know more than a master? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So my father's upstairs, 80-something-year-old man. Do I think I have more knowledge than him in certain areas? Absolutely. There's still a ceiling though. But with young people, they don't even try to entertain the notion of you having more knowledge than them.
Okay, but is that good or bad? Is that good or bad?
It can be both. Two things
Right.
can be right at the same time and correct.
Okay.
But
Okay.
when you try to talk to them, at least our generation, and we all fairly in the same generation, at least we would ascertain what was good and what was bad, and we would discern it, and then we would take from it. They don't even want to hear it. So I'm all about letting them bump. I am a firm believer of it. I told you so. Ain't that right, Mom? I'm a firm believer. I've told you so. Mom, right there.
So Sherrod, I feel you. I feel you. And to Zenos, to your point, right? Yo, man, we live in a generation. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. We live in a generation where there are people making $40,000 a month on TikTok.
Yeah.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah.
There are live pros, live professionals that are making 40 grand a month on TikTok. In order for you to even qualify as a live pro, you have to pull in enough money to make 40 to 50 grand a month. And you got to do it for 2 months in a row. There are people that quit their job. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? I got a good job in corporate America, in aerospace. There are some people that quit their job to be full-time TikTok. Yo, that boggles my mind.
No.
No, don't.
But
Walk with it.
no.
Hear,
But guess
hear me
what?
out. Hear me out.
Dave,
Hear me out.
those are anomalies, bruh.
I
Exactly.
understand. I
Those are
understand.
anomalies.
Sherrod, who am I to tell the YN that okay, Kai Sanat? Who am I to tell Kai Sanat 10 years ago? Hey, bro, you streaming all day. You ain't gonna make no money. You get a job, man. Get a degree. Come work in aerospace with me. Let me teach you the game of project management. Who am I to tell Kai Sanat 15 years ago to stop what he's doing? And now, 15 years later, Kai Sanat can employ all of us and give us all $1 million salaries.
He was
What's
making
his
money
name?
back then.
Logan Paul.
He made money. He was living in his mother's or whoever's house.
But my question is, Sophie, who are we to tell the YN or the Gen Alpha, Gen Beta? Who are we to tell that person, you got to do it our way when they're getting success their way?
But
Like
what it
they have a
but
point, y'all.
But no, hold on. But what is success? See,
Right.
everybody
Right.
got a different version of success.
Okay,
Correct.
talk
Right.
to me.
M-
Talk to me. What is it?
Money ain't all success, sir.
Right.
That's not money ain't all success. So you gotta think about it. If Cosmonauts is doing this, I mean, I just that's what we just using an example. That means he had to take time. He had to use somebody up for a long period of time to get to this point. He had to be talented, a little bit talented to get to this point. He had to know what he was doing to get the algorithm down to get to this point. So in other words, he had to learn all of this stuff to get to this point.
Absolutely.
That's a long ass time. And that's someone who is you gotta think about it. He's 5'1". You know he can't play football. He ain't funny. So there's something he had to grab from somebody else. So in other words, he had a following of other people that might look like him or who might just want to get on his tail.
Right.
But I bet you not. It ain't most of the ain't people in Generation X. It's just them. That's fine. But that's his
Well,
success.
but Corey,
No, that's his success.
well, okay.
Now,
So I'm sorry. Finish.
but that's his success. So another person like Killer Mike might say, "Hey, you know what? We're trying to get this country in a better place. I need to open up this restaurant here in Edgewood and get people around, and then open up another barber shop at the damn dome to get these people together. We need to get the community together. We're trying to get this community together to make things work for better for Atlanta. I want things better for the city of Atlanta. If
Yeah.
someone's talking like that, that's for his success. It's different variations of success.
Okay.
But at the
Well,
same time, with the YNs, we if they want to do that, but they're gonna have to fail at something if they're not listening. And they say, "I gotta get in a room." I don't have to get in the room. No, you don't have to get in the room if you're streaming. But guess what? This might not last too long because you don't know.
so you're right. We define success differently. But one thing that is a quality of success, no matter what culture and what age you are, is self sufficiency. When you can pay your own bills, you remember our mom used to say, "You ain't got a pot to piss in nor a window to throw it out of." Remember they used to tell us that if you can't sustain yourself, you're not successful. You're,
Let
you're
me ask
work
you this.
you're working on it,
Well,
but you ain't. I'm talking about Corey, your son Miles, my godson,
yeah,
just went to the military.
yeah,
If Miles did not make the decision to go sustain himself through military employment, Miles might have been staying at the crib with pops. Miles
yeah,
might have been trying to figure it out 5 years from now. And we
yeah.
would be questioning if your son, my godson, is successful in 5 years versus now that he's in the military and Xenos know and Sherrod know, now that he got a career in the military, we're not going to have to question in 5 years, is your son self-sustaining and successful? He going to be
But
straight.
that's the problem with most people right there. If you're think about it like this, let's say for instance, all of the families that we have, right? Let's say if your family, your last name family, I won't put your last name out there, right? And we all stay and gather our stuff together like we
Yes.
supposed to do back in the 1920s when we had to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The success was we you know what? When I go back to Cuthbert, Georgia, guess what? I got my all everybody in my family got that whole street, and we own the street.
Yeah.
You
Come on
know
now.
why we own the street? Because we all came together as a family.
Hmm.
That's the problem with us now. I would not I would not kick my son out. No, I would not. Because the thing is, hey, if you bring this on the pot, you know what, son? You know what? Let's do something together. Let's get this house together. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this together. We're gonna work things out together. Because in this society right now, in Metro Atlanta, you have to have a certain amount of income to survive.
Man, listen. In Los Angeles, you need a roommate. Damn it, you can't be single out here paying these
That's
rent
my
prices.
point.
You need to have a roommate,
Exactly.
or you need to be married in Los Angeles. You need, unless you have a great job, and it's getting to the point that even a great job is getting tough to pay your rent
Hey,
out
I
here
got a
in LA.
question. Is a self-sustaining OF model successful?
Yes, if you're self-sustaining, Xenos. I mean, look, I'm not being moral. I'm not
Is it
just
successful if you're gonna potentially look back over what you got with shame and regret?
hold on, Xenos. You heard the term "the end justifies the means." Look, I'm not judging anyone morally. I'm not going to do that on my show. I'm going to let people do what they got to do. But if a person chooses to sell poom poom, or if a person chooses to get on a pole, or if a person chooses to sell drugs, or if a person chooses to hustle and scam, I'm not going to judge them. I'm going to tell them I wouldn't choose that route. Because this is the problem, y'all. How many black kids don't honor education when we're 5, 6, 7? Sherrod, I know people that if they honored education when they were 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and if they worked hard when they were 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that would help them not have to make tough decisions when they're 19. If you do right in school when you're young and you apply, you might not have to make certain decisions when you're 19. And even if school ain't your thing, school ain't your thing. You work hard. You go to the military. You learn a trade. You know what I'm saying? People that are self-sufficient, they don't have to go the route of a sex worker. And again, if you want to go that route, God bless you. But I'm just simply saying that if we make decisions early, we may not end up in the position at 18, 19 where we can decide, am I going to get on a pole or start an OnlyFans, or am I going to work at McDonald's for $7 an hour? That's all I'm trying to say. We got to make better decisions, y'all, as an individual and as a people.
And henceforth, the quarter zip, whether it is something that
Bring it
they are
home.
doing for a trend or not, I think it's moving in a positive direction.
Okay.
And it does give even the look, whether if you don't have the brains, it's giving the look. Because right now, the saggy pants, the hoodies, the things that are maybe cool in certain scenarios, they're getting our young brothers killed. Not to say wearing a quarter zip may spare your life, but it will give it'll give a better first impression.
Yeah.
And that's what I gotta say. I got about 3 more minutes, but I was hoping you were gonna play the other guy,
Oh,
Mr.
the other, the,
Honey.
oth- the other clip that you sent me today?
There's another clip.
Yeah.
Please,
No,
yeah.
I think it's a whole nother show, so I do.
For his, it was quick. It was like 2 minute rant.
All right, let me pull it up. Y'all keep talking. Y'all keep talking. I'll pull it up.
Hey, I got to drop. But
Oh man, I was hoping Zeno.
See,
Dave.
okay, all
my
right, go ahead, go
man.
ahead. 3
Okay,
minutes,
okay,
Okay.
3
okay,
minutes.
okay,
Hurry
okay.
up.
You sent it to my text, right, Sophie?
Yeah, I texted and let me see where I don't know. I think I put it in the.
Okay, let me find it. Let me find it, and I'll
I don't
send it
think
to
I saw it.
myself. Let me find it. I'll send it to myself. Hold on. Wait, the one with the brother in the suit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
How can
he's
I send
talking like
this?
Zeno, so I was like, I wanted to get.
What do you mean talking like me?
Oh, this.
As far as the thought, the connection between the quarter zip and not wearing it, and how your appearance does say something about you, and it's not necessarily as far as like and as what state you live in, your
Oh, right.
proximity to. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Shoot. Okay, I got it, Sophie.
Okay.
Yay!
It's like
All
a
right.
minute
So,
or so.
yeah. I got it. Thank you first of all, thank you everybody. All you guys have been great. Thank you for sharing and adding to the show. You guys are amazing. I appreciate every last one of you. All right, Sophie, I'm just gonna play it and then we can get your input.
Mm.
This quarter zip trend is anti-black. I'll start this out by saying I think your intentions are good. You think that you're elevating black people into more class and elegance. But you're implying that when you put on a quarter zip, that you stop being this type of black and you start being this better type of black.
Look, this Hotep Black Hebrew Israelite adjacent energy is exactly what is holding our community back. Look, the reality is, if you wear a soccer uniform, people are going to think you play soccer. If you wear a basketball uniform, people are going to think you play basketball. If you wear a football uniform, people are going to think you play football. And the reality is, if it's 3 a.m. and you have a Nike Tech and a shiesty on, people are going to think you're going to rob them. That's not a black thing. That's a pattern recognition thing. Because if you have a choice between that guy and a guy wearing quarter zip tortoise frames and penny loafers, which one do you think you're going to be more happy to see? Look, the reality is, the only thing that is anti-black is certain people within our culture's infatuation with struggle and everything that is attached to it. Because somehow to them, luxury, exclusivity, higher level living is something that's somehow only reserved for white people. But here's the truth, and I know this may be an amazing thing to conceptualize and something that seems so unreal, but there are black people who live in penthouses, who live in $1 million homes, who spend their summers in Martha Vineyards and visiting the Hamptons and go on vacation to Saint-Tropez, Capri, and Monaco for F1, or stay at the Aman Tokyo, the Rosewood in Hong Kong, the Edition in Mykonos, and the Four Seasons in the Maldives. People who in their homes collect Gordon Parks photography, and when you walk through, you see sculptures by Theaster Gates. And the thing that you'll notice with all of these individuals and the people that you see at these events is I can almost 100% guarantee you they're not wearing Nike Techs. So for the love of God, please do not dim this movement with respectability politics and think pieces that somehow infer that black people wanting to level up their lives and their taste level is anti-black. Because I can assure you, it is not.
Okay, Sophie. Wow.
I feel
All
like
right.
he said it.
Okay. Well, welcome in, everybody. Xenos, I hope that you can stay for a minute. Xenos, Sophie
Yeah.
wanted your take. I see
Well,
someone who came into the comments. I'm gonna add them. Where is he? Disappeared. All right. If you're still in the back room, text me and I'll let you up. Xenos, what's your take on that?
There's a lot there there's a lot of layers to what he said. Um, I also briefly talked to my daughter, who had a different perspective on the quarter zip. And he kind of touched on that. But anyway, I think ultimately the primary takeaway from what he said is something that I was saying earlier, is that I feel like we just need to open the aperture on what it means to be who we are, particularly as Black Americans. I think the aperture is too narrow. So it goes back to what you were showing, the video with the young lady with the blonde hair. It's like you're just as bad as a white man or white racist when you try to typecast me into a certain role in terms of what I wear and how I move as a Black person created in the image of God. I'm not bound by a white man's perspective of me, nor am I bound by some Black woman's perspective of me. I have freedom to move how I want to move. And I think Sherrod's nephew said it best when he said, when I wear the quarter zip at school, I get looked at a certain way by what he called hood gangster types. But he said other people who've experienced more see it different. And so that, to me, that's the whole point, I guess, of what he was trying to say. The world is not just America. My God, the world is so much bigger than America. And it's certainly bigger than America from 1950 till today. And so when we limit ourselves to what it means to be Black, you're missing the point. What it means to be, well, if you do that, now you're white. I mean, there's so much more on this earth and so much more to experience than just how my attire looks to a certain person. And so I think we as Black people, we need to start moving more in the freedom of how we want to rock. Wear your braids if you want to wear your braids. Rock a ball if you want to wear a ball. Rock a quarter zip.
Hold up.
But
I gotta jump in. Because back in the 80s and 90s, and maybe even today, if I wear straight back cornrows to an interview, I might not get hired. If I wear,
you'll get hired if you got credit. See, hold on. Let me jump. Bring something to the table other than what you look like, man.
I understand it. No,
is your GPA a 3.9 or is it 1.9?
I hear
a 3.9 will get you in the door. I don't care, man. That's what I'm saying. One thing that got said is,
hold on. let's be for real. I understand what you mean. Your GPA will get you in the
No,
door.
I've never seen it. I've never seen a person with credentials rocking a hairstyle get turned away. I'm sorry.
I've seen people get turned away because they wore braids. Fuck their
Not
credentials.
with a 3.9. Not with a 3.9 from Georgia Tech. You have.
I've seen
It's impossible. Listen, white
individuals who
people
don't.
love
No.
white people
I've
love
seen
money too
people. I've
much to
seen
turn away
people.
somebody that's gonna make them money.
I've seen
I'll say that.
people. I've seen people. I've experienced people with certain credentials that were highly valued and educated and eligible for a position get turned around because of ethnicity views,
And that's what I'm
i.e.,
trying to say. And that's all I'm trying to say.
i.e., their hair didn't look the part, or they were too Afrocentric, or they didn't fit the trend
Or
of
their name was Juanita.
what the company wanted. Yes, I have
Right?
seen it.
Or their name
Right.
was
Absolutely,
Juanita John
absolutely, I have seen it.
Quisha John Juanjica. Like
To
you
me, that's
listen.
different. That's a different issue
That's
that you just
different.
brought up,
That's
Sherrod.
different. I was recently, well, I shouldn't say, well, I was termed
Maybe I'm missing it.
from a job because I was too professional.
What do you mean
Oh,
too
really? Too
professional? Define
professional?
that.
Too
What does that mean?
professional.
What
I
does that mean?
dressed, I feel like I'll say this, the quarter zip, even though it was a Fortune 500 company, the quarter zip and the culture of the company, the quarter zip at that company, they weren't really wearing the quarter zips. So
Okay.
to me, to them, it looked as though maybe I was doing too much when I'm wearing a dress. Most of
Yes.
the women there didn't wear dresses. They wore like slacks with a sweater, sometimes maybe a hoodie. And it wasn't like, I'm a benefits analyst. So it wasn't like it was a non, but they
Sophie,
didn't dress up as much.
Sophie, was it a Fortune 500 company? Or
Yes.
was it more? It was?
Hmm.
I'm surprised. Wow.
They just did not really dress up.
So
They
can I?
dressed, but it wasn't like,
But but again,
yeah.
Sophie, that's a culture for a
So
specific
exactly. So I had to
genre
learn.
of, right. So you don't, okay. So I tell my kids all the time, right? You'll never get in trouble by wearing a suit and being overdressed in a tux if you go to a birthday party. People gonna look at you, but you'll never be like, that nigga need to get turned away. Why you? They will ask you why you in here with a tux, and you can respond, well, why not? It
Hmm.
depends. You dress to the culture of the organization that you're trying to
Yeah.
become affiliated with.
Mhm.
Hmm.
It's simple. So
Mhm.
if it's a quarter zip culture, you wear a quarter zip. If
Hmm.
it is a culture that is business casual, which most of the norm now is business casual.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
the norm. That's
Think.
the culture. That is a bi culture. That is a D culture.
Yeah.
That's just a
Microsoft,
culture.
Facebook. Yeah.
That's
Hmm.
just a culture, right? It is transitioned from having to wear a suit and tie every day to a business casual. I didn't set that trend,
Xenos.
right?
I got a question,
Yeah.
Sherrod.
Go
I
for
got
it.
a
Go
question
for
for
it.
Xenos. Xenos, we graduated in the 90s from college. We graduated from college in the 90s. My name is David, and I'm gonna say my last name because people know Mrs. Leslie 94 is my wife. So I'm David Leslie. People know, if you know me, you know my last name is Leslie. I had people tell me, "Oh, I thought you were white." I said, "Why?" "Oh, David Leslie. I didn't. That didn't sound black to me." "Hey, when I heard you speak online and in forums, I thought you might be white." I said, "Why?" "Oh, because you speak very well." Unfortunately, my name helped me become a little bit more palpable to people who were biased. I'm speaking about people who are biased, Zenos. If my name was Wanjika, if my name was Kentavious,
Big Corey G.
Corey is a different thing. But I'm serious, like a Quantavious, they might not interview me. See, I might not even get the look. I might not even get to show up in my closely cropped fade or my braids
Right.
because my name is Quantavious. They
Correct.
don't give a damn. So all I'm saying is, although we know that in Gen X, you have young people who they can code Xenos, they can write Python code, They know social media, Xenos, and some people, not Gen X, Gen Alpha, Gen Beta. Some people in those younger generations after us, it's all about what they can do, and some people don't care. They can come in with nose rings, they can come in with tattoos up to their neck, they can come in and be binary, they can come in and be nondescript. It don't fucking matter. As long as if they can do the job, for some people, great. But when you get with some of these old school companies, they not gonna even look at you. You talk about you non-binary, you talk about my pronouns of them and they, you not even, your resume will not even get looked at. They're gonna be like, no, fuck him. I'm being serious, yo. So let's act. So in 2025, we're at a crossroads. Some people are like, hey, we're DEI and we love it. Some people are like, F DEI. I don't want to see nothing like it. So some people do certain things to get in the door. Some people may wear a quarter zip, Xenos, to get in the door because they wouldn't get in the door unless they had a quarter zip and a matcha. Some brothers will quote unquote talk proper. Some athletes will quote unquote date white women to get access to certain doors. That is a
That
very
gives you no
weird.
access. Come on, man. Listen, here's what I'm saying. Here's my only thing. You are who you are. Who you marry, that ain't gonna get you in the door as a
Hold on,
as a
Xenos.
professional athlete. Man, come on, man.
So why brothers doing it? Why niggas out here doing it? You say it don't
Well,
get you
there's
access.
multiple
Why do you have
because
niggas out here doing it then if it don't give them access?
because they think
I'm
they
serious.
something better.
Because they
They think
already
they
got
did something
that.
better.
Yeah,
No, no,
they
no.
are there.
No.
There's first of all, there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of different reasons. I can't sit here and give you one answer. But
Okay.
at the end of the day,
Welcome in.
here's
Kendrick.
here's an answer that people don't ever consider.
Mhm.
Volume. If I go to Ohio State, how many students go to Ohio State? 50,
Uh,
60,000?
yeah,
That's all.
60,000.
How many of them are women? 30,000.
30. Yeah.
Easy.
And what percent of that do you think is white?
Oh,
95?
95%. Yeah.
90%.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
No,
about
95.
95.
at Ohio State, 95%.
No. Actually, 98.5.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're looking at the
That's
numbers. 98.5%.
no.
So I'm a wide receiver at Ohio State.
Corey knows
That
that from
means there are
research.
30,000 white women trying to get with me. That's volume. At the end of the day, volume. Like, can we talk about that?
Well,
You
Xenos,
got
hold on, Xenos. I'm not black. I'm OJ. Yo, if you, man, I'm about to say
OJ
some
still
shit.
black.
Hold
You
on.
still
You know,
black.
I'm gonna say it because it's my show. Listen, the words expressed out of Dave Life's mouth are not necessarily the words expressed by the After Dark podcast, Dave Life TV, or any panelists on here. Now I'm gonna say some shit, and I'm gonna say it. Xenos, some brothers are too niggerish. Some brothers are too niggerish. That's
To
why
do what?
OJ to get with
What
white
you want?
women. To get with
No,
white women.
that's a
Oh,
lie. That's
hear
what
me
they
out.
like.
Hear
I
me
don't know
out. Hear
about
me
that.
out. Hear me out. Hear me
I
out.
don't
Hear
know
That's
me
about
that's
out.
what they like,
Hear
sir.
me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Thank
Hear
you.
me out. Hear me out.
Tell him
Hear
Big
me
Corey
out. Hear me
Chick.
out. Hear me out. First of all, y'all niggas funny. You're not wrong, but what I'm saying is, back in the 70s, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm
Why we keep
dating
going back
myself.
to the 70s?
No, because you
Yeah.
gotta listen.
Stay in
Because you got
2025, like Sophie said.
no. You gotta understand the situation that started it all. Listen,
No, 1970 didn't start it.
yo,
OJ had 2 black women during the 70s. Come on
Hey,
now.
Raj.
He didn't get the
he,
white woman to the 80s.
yeah.
Okay,
All
you
right.
don't know
You
this. Go ahead.
know your history, sir.
You're right. You're right. OJ was married to a black woman. But what I'm trying to tell you is OJ didn't get involved with race segregation and the civil rights movement because he was like, I ain't black, I'm OJ. They love me at USC. I don't have to do that because I'm OJ. So he's like, I'm an athlete. I'm loved for my talent. I don't have to be Martin. I don't have to be Malcolm. There are brothers out there, Xenos, that will play the middle ground and not act too black, meaning not act too niggerish, and not act too white. They'll play the middle. And there are yet some brothers that don't even identify as black. Like Tiger Woods. I'm Calablinasian because he want to acknowledge his Caucasian, Black, and Asian heritage. So he says, "Hey man, I ain't Black. I'm Asian," and it kind of alienates some of us. We're like, "Damn, Tiger, you don't want to be Black, but you want to be
But
Black
he
when you
wore a
call."
quarter zip. And
But
look at him.
he wore a
OJ,
zip.
quarter zip. All the men you're talking about, they all wore quarter zips and they're making money.
They're making money. But listen, when Sophie, you're right. When Tiger cheated on his wife and got in trouble, what'd he do? He called Jordan and Barkley. He called some niggas. He said,
He
"Hey,
probably was wearing a quarter zip while he was cheating.
He was.
Probably was.
He was, Sophie.
You know, it ain't tricking if you got it.
And nothing else.
Exactly.
I'm done, Sophie.
Sophie,
I'm done.
you exactly right. Sophie was wearing a Nike quarter zip.
When he was cheating.
He sure was.
Yeah. All that money, he wasn't wearing a Nike hoodie.
A Nike Tech.
No,
His golf, you know, and his.
That's what he wore when he played. When he warmed up with his Nike quarter zip, took it off, and had his polo on.
Yeah.
Come on, Sophie, you know.
I'm
Look
crying.
at Venus and Serena. She married a man who's wearing a quarter zip.
And listen, and Serena then changed her whole complexion. Serena, God bless her. God bless her. God bless her.
Nobody even looks at Serena. Stop. I'm telling you, certain women you don't even see.
From behind, we looked at her. When she was playing tennis, we looked at her. But
listen, there's a picture of Serena.
They don't.
Don't.
No, Corey, there's a picture of Serena in 2011. I saw it circulating. Serena was chocolate.
Yeah.
Serena had them legs.
Now she look like Sammy Sosa.
Now she look like Sammy effing Sosa.
So I want to get back to that point real quick, Dave. People do marry. People do marry for access. We do it all the time, Zenos. Jack and Jill is designed for you to have the 1% marrying the other 1%. It is set up specifically for
right. But listen to what you said: 1% marrying 1%. You can't get access to something if you don't already have access yourself.
What that's the whole point, though. You try to better yourself in your environment for the next generation. So even if you don't come from a doctor or a lawyer or an attorney, you still better yourself to get into an environment to better it for your children. So we do marry for access. That's what it's all about.
But what
Arnold Schwarzenegger knew that, and he wasn't even American. He was like, you know what? Which one of them I can get?
He already had access, though. Here's what I'm saying.
No.
Hold on.
No. Why did he have access? Because he was a what?
Money.
No. He had access because he was a bodybuilder, a world-class athlete per se, because it's his own category.
Right.
But he didn't have access to where his end goal was. So how did he get access? He put himself in a position to marry a Kennedy. And part of that lineage, because he wanted to get into politics. That was a strategic plan from the beginning. He never loved her. He never loved her. The means justified the ends.
No millionaire can love anybody. But hear me out.
That's not true.
That's not true. He was come on, man. They love money.
Let him finish.
No, that's not true.
Let him finish. Let him finish, Sherrod. Let him finish.
He was a millionaire before he became an actor. He
He
already
was.
had access to the 1%. I'm not marrying a Kennedy. I don't have the financial backing to do so. So what I'm saying is, when you say the 1% meet the 1%, you already in the 1%.
But there's a lot of no. Let's take that back.
He wasn't a millionaire yet.
I misspoke to a certain extent. Okay. When I say 1%, the caliber of people in Jack and Jill are a little above the normal caliber of people that are everyday workers like garbage men, which make a lot of money. What I'm saying is there is a certain caliber which would be considered the 1% of Black America that are affluent, right? That make money, that have professional jobs, that have gone to school and so on and so forth. So they're only going to interact and engage with common folk like them. They're not going to be trying to hook their son up, a daughter up with somebody that work at Target. No disrespect to people at Target.
Maybe we're just speaking past each other because when you say this, you have access to come to this Jack and Jill function to meet other people. To me, that is the access.
Yeah, but
So
everybody doesn't have a career which allows them to have access. They may have a certain character trait that somebody had who's giving them favor to come and say, hey, I think you are a certain type of person because you dress a certain way, you look a certain way, you act a certain way. And I noticed that you're not affiliated with this. How about come over here and meet some new people?
Yeah. Yeah.
got it. But what I'm saying is,
Okay.
I can't marry J Lo in order to get access because I don't have access to J Lo. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Okay. Well, this is a point. I do feel that, and Sophie, if you want to chime in, please jump in. And by the way, Kenny Kincaid, I sent you the link. I see you on TikTok. Go to your Instagram, Kenny Kincaid. I sent you the link if you want to come to the stage. Yo, tonight is popping. Can I just say that?
That's because we brought our nephews and our sons in.
Yes, I love that, and
Look,
I love the fashion show as well.
Well, not
Yeah,
not only that, it was spontaneous, and
Yeah.
it
then their
was.
perspective are totally two different perspectives.
I love it,
Mhm.
man. Nephew, son, I really appreciate the young people coming. I'm
Mhm.
gonna I'm gonna say it because I don't care. I appreciate the young niggas. Thank you,
Mhm.
young niggas, for showing up. I do. I appreciate y'all.
You about to get blocked.
Right,
Listen,
When
right.
you all were referring to Jack and Jill, you're talking about the foundation Jack and Jill, right? The membership. Okay, all right.
And the
okay.
criteria it takes to get in, and it used
So
to take to get in.
let's talk
I'm
about that,
looking it up
y'all.
now.
Let's talk about that because there are some people. There are some people
Which changes too, Sophie,
which
depending on
changes.
location.
So Sherrod, there are some people that's like first and foremost, you can't even be a president without being married and without being over 35. You cannot be a president in the United States without being married and being over 35.
That's not
I
who
true.
told you that's not
That's not
true?
true. That's not true.
Where you get that from?
That's not true.
okay, maybe I'm wrong. Help
You
me
You
out.
are
are
wrong.
wrong.
You are wrong.
Okay. What is the requirements for being a president of the United States?
I'm glad you asked. And being married is not one of them.
Hey, thank you, Rod. It's
Now,
not.
see, now you're in my wheelhouse. If you want to talk politics, over the age of 35 is one of them.
That's
Hence
what
why
I'm saying.
Exactly.
Kennedy set up his whole process. He was the youngest president we ever had. Being married is not one of them. The reason
Right.
that people get in politics and they find someone who can fit the bill because it's a look.
Mhm.
That's why you have image brand ambassadors say, hey, you get married because it shows stability. You get married because it shows an image of what we're trying to portray.
Hey,
People
Sherrod,
statistically are going to trust you if you have someone by your side. You don't.
Sherrod. I hear you. I hear you, sir. I hear you with the legal requirements. I looked it up on AI and it says to be eligible for the U.S. presidency, a person must be at least 35 years old, a natural born citizen of the United States, which is why Arnold Schwarzenegger can never be president, and have been a resident of the United States for at least 14 years. These are the fundamental constitutional requirements for office. But
Repeat
hold
that
on.
again. Hold on. Repeat that. That last one don't make no sense. How
You
the
must you must be
second one, and
35.
third?
You must
Go
be
ahead.
35. You must be
Uh huh.
35.
Uh huh.
You must be a natural born citizen.
Uh huh.
You must be a resident for the last 14 years.
So you
That's
can leave the country and come back.
no.
Yeah, you could be born in America, you could go live in Belize, but you
Okay.
had
First of all,
you had to have lived in America for 14 years to be president. But hold on, here's a point I'm making. Sherrod, we hear what the constitutional. Have you seen a single president? Have we had one president in America that's been single and ready to mingle?
Two. I think it's
Who?
two, right?
Who?
Yeah, it's two. I think it's two.
Who?
I'll
Hold
tell you right
on.
now.
Yeah, go hit it up, right? I think it's two. You gotta know your history, Dave.
Now you do have to go back to the 1800s, and the reason that they
Yeah.
were single because they died and
Well,
they
well,
remarried.
where we
Yeah.
go? My point is this: you
But
ain't
they were
got no
single.
but you ain't got no hold on, but you ain't got no bachelor being president. Looks like we lost Zenos and Sophie. All right, Zenos, let me know if you still here. Sophie, let me know if you still
James
here.
Buchanan and Grover Cleveland,
Yeah, that's what I thought. James Buchanan. That's right.
and he
James,
never married. Well, my whole point that was in the 1800s, so it don't really matter. If you really look at statistically now, what we're talking about is you're not going to see a person that is a governor or you're not going to see a president or a member of Congress, you will. As far as like a governor or a president, you won't see a person that's unmarried. Just like, yeah, you just won't see it. But people that get into politics understand that because it's an image, right? It's the perception, is what people see.
It's
They
a
want to see
perception.
that
And
image.
you know what else? You know what else, Sherrod? They got to have something to bribe you with. If you ain't got nothing to lose, then why the hell they can't bribe you? When you got wife and children or husband and children, then they can say, hey, you don't want to step out of line because, you know, your family might get touched.
Well,
Or
that's
or
not
or
that's not a reason not to run, sir.
that is a big reason not to run though. It's a lot of campaigns that got shut down because of that.
I get that, but at the same time, if you're strong enough, it's like at one point there was no. It was I think the last president who had a beard was Lincoln, and
Kendra,
that used to
I sent you a link,
they
Kendra.
used they used to. I was confused about that. It's like damn,
But guess
yeah,
what? That's what corporate America tell you. Not everybody got damn
yeah,
beard.
exactly. Now everybody got a beard. Like
Yeah.
JD Vance
I
grew his
remember my
beard.
ex-wife told me that when I first got a job, when I first moved to LA. She said, you can wear your gold tee as corporate America. It's okay. I said, no, it's not, because that's not what the standard corporate America look was. It was well shaved, it was
Shade, yep.
a suit, you know. So I tried to play that part. Why did I try to play that part? Because I needed my foot in the door and I knew what the requirement was unofficially.
Here's my point. And here's my point. Some black people will culturally appropriate because they feel that if I don't appropriate, I won't get in the door. We can't
Yes,
even
I agree.
we can't deny that.
I
Your
agree.
qualification. Listen, thank you. Your qualifications. You could be a PhD. You could be brilliant. But if somebody is going to judge you because your name is Quantavious, you might not even get the effing interview.
I agree.
I know brothers that are saying, "Hey man, when I apply for a job, my race I put is white, and my gender I put is other or they them." I've had people who claim they put strange qualifications, categorizations in order to be seen because they don't want AI to shut them out, Corey. They're like, hey, if I say I'm black and my name is Marcus, I ain't getting in. So I'm gonna say my name is Quant. My name is Marcellus. My name is, whatever,
Marcellus.
whatever the name is, right? And I'm gonna just modify it a little. I'm gonna say that my gender is they, and I'm gonna say that my race is white, so that I can get the interview. Because some people are like, yo, AI is gonna cut me out. I won't even get the effing interview.
Yeah. I got an interview, and I know had not happened to anybody in the on the panel. I got the interview. This is like 13 years ago. The manager asked me, "So how are you when you're angry? When you're upset?" What?
And you said, is Wayne Brady gonna have to slap a bitch?
But you know why he asked me that, don't you?
Right? Yeah,
Because black men have
angry,
because black men have anger issues.
angry black man syndrome. Yes, I know why he said that.
And my size, because he saw Corey.
And
He
your
didn't.
size.
He saw Corey. I had a V-neck sweater on and a tie, and I walked in, and he said, "Corey, yes, because of my name. My name is very broad. You
Mhm.
don't know if I'm
It could be
black,
male.
white.
It could be male or female.
Yep. You don't know if black, white, or female. That's what I get all the time. But when I walked in, and that's the thing, it's according to where you are. In Texas, you
Correct.
can really get away with anything in Texas. I have to say that. If
Hmm.
you can walk in there with a button down and a cowboy hat, some boots on, you probably get the job
But
for
guess
real.
what though, Corey? That's the culture in
That's
Texas.
the culture, exactly. If you don't come in there looking like you gonna, you part of their culture, they're like, wait a minute, you're not gonna fit in.
Yeah.
Just like if
You're
you go
not
to
gonna.
Bermuda and you don't have high socks, shorts, and a blazer and a shirt tie, that's their culture.
Yep.
Yeah.
So why not dress the culture to get a look right?
But
So I
Sherrod, when does it turn into cultural appropriation or assimilation, or you're acting a certain way to be seen.
So
I'm not
so
I'm not, I'm not saying that we shouldn't code switch, but what I'm saying is, when does it turn into cultural appropriation in order for you to be seen? I'm gonna give you an example. John Morant in the NBA, he out here trying to be thug-licious. He's trying to be thug supernatural. He got a problem with everybody. He pointing, physical, metaphysical guns at folks. John Morant think he Tupac. Okay,
Uh, he has not done that this year, sir.
what?
he
No, he
did,
doesn't
John,
want to. He doesn't want to play on the team. He wants to be traded.
he wants to
and
be traded.
he's an idiot. He's an idiot. If you
You
make
can't. Don't judge him for what he did 2 years ago, Dave. Don't do that.
Corey,
Don't
Corey,
do that.
Corey,
Did you do that to Kobe? Did you do it to Kobe?
Absolutely, Kobe was a villain.
Kobe made a dumbass mistake. Okay,
Oh, oh,
No, 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 no,
oh,
no, 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 no,
oh,
no, no, no,
Kobe made a
no.
dumbass
So,
mistake.
so let's make sure we understand this. Kobe was a young in. He was a young in. He was
He's
a
a
oh.
YN.
YN.
He's a YN,
He made a mistake,
and
and
it was
he
So is John
atoned.
Morant.
He atoned for his mistake. It did not happen again.
to
John Morant had a mistake. He has not atoned, and he continued to do it.
listen, bro.
No, Kobe
Hold on, hold
kept
on, hold on,
doing.
hold on, hold on, hold on. No, no, Corey, give me a moment. Kobe cheated on his wife. Kobe got caught. Kobe never cheated again that we know of. That we know of. That
Correct.
we know of. That we know of. Okay. Kobe bought her a $14 million yellow diamond.
Four,
Listen,
four.
all 4 million. Okay. Give you ice like Kobe, right? We sort of like Dodie, right? Twister, you
Keep
know this,
going.
right? I can make
Keep
you a
going.
celebrity
And what
overnight.
else did he do? And what else did he do? Keep going.
Put a tat on his arm.
No, no, no. What else wrong did he do?
You tell me. I don't know. Tell me.
He snitched on Shaq.
He did snitch on Shaq. Yeah, he did. He snitched on Shaq. He did. You know, he did. And he should have done that shit. That was a BAN. That was a BAN move. That was a BAN move. For those that don't know, BAN is bitch ass nigga. That was a bitch ass nigga move. Kobe should
Exactly.
not have done that. But I'm gonna say this. But Corey, rest in peace to
Come here.
Kobe. Rest in
Yeah,
peace to the dead.
that's why I give John Morant grace.
Okay,
That's all.
but this a problem I got with John Morant. Damn, Ja, how many times you need to be slapped? Ja is he's doing the physical, like the symbol, like
That was 2 years ago.
I know that, but the Negro went to the damn strip club called
That was that next week. That was 2 years ago. Let's talk about 2025.
all I'm saying is this. If I'm scolded for using fake pistols, air pistols, and I went to a strip club called Pistol Pete's or whatever the fuck it was called, and everybody's telling me you think you're a thug. Why am I fighting people and trying to be a thug in 2025? He lucky he in the NBA.
No, he
He's
was not.
lucky.
That happened in 2023. It's not 2025.
All I'm
He has
saying
not done
is,
it.
all
He
I'm
still
saying
got
is
his Nike contract.
he need to sat down, not sit down. He need to sat down because he gonna f up his money for trying to be a damn thug. He need to sit his
He
ass
hasn't.
down.
You have to watch basketball like I do, Dave. He's actually has not done anything too bad. Except like if he talked junk to Clay. Clay got mad. That was hilarious. That was last week.
Ja need to sit the fuck down, okay? Ja, you're making 85 million a game. Sit the fuck down, Ja. Sit down. You're making 85 million dollars a game. Sit down.
I think you just don't
Sit
like
down.
him.
No, I don't like Negroes that squander their opportunity.
No.
Okay?
This the key though. Again, when I see stuff like that, just like other things I see, I don't even waste my time trying to talk to
Right.
them. They have got to bump.
Here you
They
go,
got to
Swat.
bump. I told you I'm the king. I told you so. Like
Right.
they had to learn like us. Now some of us didn't have to fall all the way down to get the lesson. Some of us might have got through a couple of scrimmages and we hit a couple of roadblocks and that was it. Some people got to fall all the way down flat on their ass until they get it. And I'm not judging him. I'm basing off the facts. It seems as if, because see, I know where John Morant grew up at. Because I
Yeah.
know where his daddy grew up at.
Yep.
So, and I knew who his daddy played with in high school. So my
Yep.
whole point being, I understand the dynamic he came from and the environment he came from. Now, this whole superimposed thug life that he's trying to allude to 2 or 3 years ago, he ain't come from that.
No, he did not.
Trust me, sir. I know the environment all too well.
Amen.
So I say all this. A lot of it is social media driven, and
Yep.
it is a narrative that is pushed on our young people, black, white, or whatever other ethnicity. And what happens is they succumb to the bandwagonness of these various different outlets.
Amen.
And then we are missing our village to pull them to the side and say, hey, look at you. You making X number of dollars a year, a month, an hour, a game. You might need to focus on that. But you can't preach to a person who don't want to be taught and led. So let them bump. I don't have the bandwidth to try to help young people out that don't want to yield to my attention,
Let,
my sage advice and wisdom.
what's that
I
ride? Let
don't.
him fall.
Let them
All
fall.
right. So look, we're gonna end it.
I
We're
ain't
gonna
trying to
end it
save no
because
hope.
look, we lost Sophie, we lost Lady Cupid, we lost Xenos. So we're gonna end it here. I'm gonna say this, and I think this is super important. Okay. I didn't even know Corey. I was wearing a quarter zip. In my head, I'm wearing a nice sweater from Men's Warehouse. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I could afford Sherrod. It was not in my head. Oh, if I wear a quarter zip, I'll be more acceptable to military culture, to white culture, to whatever. That wasn't in my head. Now I'm not saying Sherrod that that's why you wear quarter zips, but you might have had a different thought in your head when you say, "Yo, I'm about a quarter zip. I'm about a quarter zip with a vest. I'm gonna put me a Windsor knot. I'm gonna do a double Windsor. Man, I'm gonna hit. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work this shit." Like you may have been fashion forward. Like, yo, I'm gonna work this. Dave might have been like, I just need something that fits my belly. I got a dad bod. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to Men's Warehouse, find something that works for me. Corey can wear a V-neck. Corey, like, yo, V-necks look good on me. I weigh what I weigh. I'm 6'3" or 6'5".
6'4".
6'4". I'm 6'4". I weigh what I weigh. I got the full beard. Corey, like, yo, a V-neck works for you. Corey, a V-neck on me, I look like a gay man. It don't look right. It don't look right. I don't like it. I will not wear V-necks for me because let me be specific. A short V-neck I can wear, but them long V-necks that come down to your navel like you Prince or some shit, that's too
That's
much.
not a V-neck. That's the first of all. You can wear a V-neck if you do this. Start working out and work on your shoulders.
I got the shoulders. I got the traps. I got the traps. I got the shoulders. I got the traps.
You have a long
I
neck, sir, so you can wear a V-neck.
Yes, but here's what I'm trying to say. Some people wear V-necks and they look like, I don't know, Prince. They look like, you know, Maxwell. And some people wear V-necks and look like Brian Urlacher. They look like, you
Yeah.
know, you got the boat. Now you're Urlacher. I'm probably in the Urlacher conversation. I'm not as skinny as the brother that played Mr. Terrific in Superman. I'm not as
Oh yeah.
skinny as him. His skinny brother. Certain people can pull off certain stuff. Here's my point. My point is the world sees certain things in certain ways, and some people see pullovers, polos, cardigans, matcha. They see it as culturally appropriating white culture, being
So
safe.
time out. So a tee can make you look a certain way. That's what matcha is.
Unfortunately, look, Corey, it's Christmas time. Who do you know that drinks pumpkin spice lattes? What group?
Oh, the
You,
caucus.
Caucus females, white women. Let's be specific.
Yeah.
White women love pumpkin lattes. Now that's a stereotype. I'm being for real. That's a stereotype. But if you say black men in the hip hop community or black men that are kind of hood like Hennessy, that's a stereotype. I'm not saying it's not true, but I'm saying that is a stereotype, and we need to understand that that exists. So if I'm a brother, I put on a quarter zip, I put on a Windsor knot tie with a quarter zip, and I'm sitting here holding the damn matcha, and I don't have a fade. I'm just lined up real nice, and I got like a curly box or curly, afro with some
Yeah.
twists. I look like I'm not threatening. Some people might say, "Oh, that brother trying to assimilate."
So how about this? Now I smoke cigars.
Yeah.
So there is a look.
Yes. To a cigar smoke.
Cigars
Yes.
cigars are considered, a high class,
It is,
high virtue.
especially if you got a full beard and
Come on now.
you drinking brown.
See, or I had cappuccino sitting there with my
Snap.
cigar. You know what I'm saying?
Sherrod, if I was
And,
in Atlanta, we'd light up tonight. We be drinking them, we be smoking them 6 tonight. I ain't gonna front.
oh, you're smoking sticks now?
No, I smoked them heavy. I stopped. I stopped, Corey. Oh, put that down.
Oh my God!
Put that down. Not on TikTok. Not on TikTok. No, please, sir. Please, sir. Please. You about to get my hand.
God!
Listen, that's that American. That's that Army Ranger America.
Oh, the Ranger!
He on that. He on that America.
I think that was his lighter.
That was a lighter. We're gonna leave it there. Hey, but listen, hold on. Listen, y'all. Here's what I'm gonna do.
You got your
Sherrod.
mute on. You on mute, right?
Yeah, you on mute, Sherrod. You on mute.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
listen.
that was a lighter. That was a lighter. That was a
Yeah,
lighter.
that's what I thought. That was a lighter. Yeah.
that's a lighter.
Fellas, this is what we're gonna do. We lost Sophie. We lost a few people. We lost Zenos. I'm gonna end it because we've been on 3 hours. Listen, y'all. Cultural appropriation is a huge thing in the Black community, and we always accuse white folks of trying to act Black. But how often do we accuse Black folks of trying to act white? That's what I was. Not enough.
No. You gotta remember. Okay, let's take it back. And I know we're gonna end and everything. We can talk offline.
Yeah.
We set the baseline for everyone's culture. We always have. The things we doing are the trend. And just like Zeno said earlier, we give ourselves away for free because we don't hold people accountable that take our stuff. Yes, we've been pirated. Yes, we've been pillaged. Yes, we've been killed. We've been murdered. We've been raped. Part of the reason for that's our plight, right? We shit more ideas every day than the average ethnicity of people because we're God's chosen people. That's just who we are and what we do.
Very creative. Yes.
We're very creative. So if we lose ideas, it's not like we can't think of more. It is innately in us to do it because we align with the moon and the stars and the sun. So it's just in us, man. It's just in us to do it. But what you have to also realize is we don't have enough seats at the table to dictate how we should move.
Right.
So we have to, once we learn the game, we see the game, we learn the game, we then adapt or atone to the game and its rules. And sometimes that makes us culturally act outside of what we would normally do.
Yeah.
Because that's what the system does. Young people today, especially YNs, they're like, the hell with the system. We're gonna make our own system. Some of them have been successful, some of them not have. So
we gonna rock out. And let me explain. We're gonna rock out. They can do that as long as if they have social media making them money. They can't do that in the corporate world. In the corporate world,
that's correct.
You got to play the corporate game, and we out.
I agree.
I'm gonna see y'all on Thursday, man, for Thanksgiving, man. I appreciate y'all. It's After Dark Podcast. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, everybody, man. Lady Cupid, man. Thank you, everybody, man. Zeno. We here. It's After Dark Podcast. I appreciate y'all. Boy, Dave Clay. I'm see y'all next week, all right? I'll see you on Thursday, y'all. Peace out.